Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I just started doing an intro, but was muted on Discord, so nobody heard anything I was saying. Welcome back to Kobolds Rave 2. It's an incredibly close matchup, I think, between Spiky Gaming and Team Bright. This is going to be one of those series that I think could determine a little bit of these earlier stages of the lower bracket, as Team Bright have nothing to prove here. They have already sort of come back into their own. They've taken up a very strong form, but the question is going to be, is it too late for Team Bright? I mean, they had to win the very last series that they played in the group stage in order to even get here, and then they did play that best of one group stage tiebreaker where they did fall to Spiky Gaming. So a lot of the line for Team Bright here, and Spiky Gaming, they've kind of already proven that they can beat Team Bright, sort of, because Team Bright have already beaten them in the proper best of three in the group stage. To talk about the draft a little bit, we do have that Razor pickup. First pick Razor, incredibly strong, and you're going to follow it up with the Venomancer Clockwork, so a lot of pick-off potential here for Spiky Gaming. Not a whole lot of team fight. They do have really good control, pretty good damage. Tankiness and survivability will come along with items and levels. So I think Spiky Gaming already pretty decent draft, but to round it out for Team Bright, I love this Abaddon pick. We have, the Tiny, gonna be position 5, it looks like, followed with the Dark Willow 4, and then you're gonna play the Abaddon off lane most likely, and have the TA mid. I think Spiky Gaming here, they're kind of at choice whether they want to put the Razor mid against the Templar Assassin, which would be, you could do that, but the refraction charge is something Razor doesn't really like to play against. Plasma Field's a very big part of the Razor kit. And we'll see what Spiky Gaming go for. They've got a few heroes that they really love, but I'm not really seeing those. I mean, I would really expect to see like a Primal Beast, probably. The Dragon Knight they banned out the Dragon Knight. There's a Doom on the table. Okay, so they go for a Darkseer. So a lot of people, some people might be confused about this Darkseer pick. I think it fits their draft here pretty well. So the Ion Shell bursts through the Templar Assassin refraction charges like it's nobody business. You literally can't have refraction against a Darkseer. In addition, the Abaddon Illusion procs the Silence, the Curse of Avernus. So when you get like 2 or 3 illusions on the Darkseer and you're hitting people down, you get a Curse of Avernus from a very tanky Abaddon Illusion. And then all your really high damaging Wall of Replica illusions are dealing more damage. It's just damage on damage action here for Spiky Gaming, and of course it does add that level of team fight that I think I was missing a little bit before. I did want to see an offlaner with a big amount of impact, big amount of control. I think this is kind of going to be that answer. So it's going to be up to Spiky now to round things out. I would assume that they're going to pick a carry here. They could play the carry Razor into the Abaddon and then play a mid. But if I'm not mistaken,
5 seconds remain.
Zhao Yu is more than likely going to be the Razor player. I mean, he's played 2 games on it. Take a look over at M. I don't believe M has played it. Oh, M has played it. Okay, so it could be either or. Kind of hard to tell. Oh, question mark is playing actually. Okay, yes. I have to check and see what M has been up to nowadays, but I think overall, talking about the drafts, which one I favor a little bit more, I think Team Bright are lacking a certain amount of team fight. They do have really high individual damage, and they can cause some issues, but the Terrorblade, with the amount of armor that the Terrorblade's going to get, going to be a little bit hard to deal with the TB, and Zeus is going to get picked up for Team Bright. You know, all in all, I think the Zeus can have a bit of impact here, but the problem is you've picked up the Zeus against a Darkseer matchup, and what's going to happen is the Wall of Replica Collision is just going to kill your whole team. And when you get normal punch on the Darkseer as well with the blink, you're always going to find the Zeus. You're always going to get those Zeus illusions or the Abaddon illusions. You just made the Darkseer game a lot more impactful, and the Terrorblade as well. I'm not sure if the Terrorblade Q pops right clicks. Like, I'm not sure what the interaction is for M between, what is it called? Mirror? It's not mirror image. It's his Q refraction? No. It's the Terrorblade Q, makes an illusion that's untargetable of enemies in an AoE around them. They hit them. I'm not sure if those illusions proc on hit effects from passives. I don't think they do, but if they do, I think Team Bright are going to be in a world of hurt. I think Spiky Gaming overall, I'm going to have to give their draft a bit of an edge in this Game 1 lower bracket series between Spiky Gaming and Team Bright. Of course, this is Kobolds Rave 2, brought to you by Current Station. And I'm really excited for the series, actually. I think there's going to be a lot to play for both teams. Again, if you get eliminated here, it's out. You're out. It's the lower bracket. And a winner of one of these series will have the absolute pleasure of playing against one of these teams here. Gonna try to find them real quick. They're only small teams, you know, teams that haven't done anything in the group stage yet. So you either play, I believe, IHC or Team Zero if you win here. So your consolidation prize is going up against a team that I think is really strong, and but that's how you win later on in the playoffs, right? You got to beat the good teams. You got to beat the good teams, and I think both of these teams good in their own rights. Team Bright had to make a few adjustments in the group stage, and when they did, they came out very strong, very ahead. I've been very impressed with the last few series that Team Bright have played to get back into the group stage. I believe since making the roster changes on Team Bright, they are 5-2. So, you know, people are gonna look at this Team Bright lineup and go, well, you know, they are like not, you know, lower bracket team, whatever. I sleep. But SG, they could be caught on their heels here. Just to talk about the draft a little bit, I think Team Bright, they could run away with this game if they get the tempo going, but the tempo is going to be the big thing for me. I think if they fall behind, SG have too many pickoff tools with the Clockwork, with the Venomancer. You have Razor, which is going to be able to, you know, get some support with the Vacuum combo. There's a bit of control. Even Hara has you know, the cogs. If you cog somebody that's getting static linked, there's no way that they're going to get out. And small, you know, micro synergy, the attack speed slow from static link at level 25, preventing people from killing the power cogs. I know that's not really like an important factor, but it is something to consider. And his reflection is what the ability is called. Okay, M has a few things to consider himself. What kind of item build he's going to go for? I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the Tread Spray, you know, a stat item like a Wraith Band or Bracer, and then Falcon Blade, and we'll see where he goes from there. It's really just is a matter of flavor for some of these heroes. And Terrorblade, not really a hero we see a lot. Don't think this is really necessarily the kind of hero that gets picked first or even second phase. It requires a certain game, and I think that just comes down to the amount of magic damage that we've seen come up from the recent patch changes, like the BKB being changed to only provide magic resistance instead of full magic immunity. You take a look at the sort of overall buff that a lot of these spellcasters were getting in the patch, and Terrorblade has an abysmal health pool. And really, his survivability comes from his agility, right? He gets as much of it as he can, deals the damage into whoever, whatever carry he's killing. So I view Terrorblade a bit as an anti-carry hero, and MDR, I see him as a bit of a dead boy. This Melt Strike going to be coming out with that Avalanche. The last right click coming through, and Lee Quinn gets that kill. They're going to get the D ward as well. Beautiful ward coming out from SG to spot MDR, and now they're going to deny their own ward. We've been seeing this play a lot recently in this tournament, where the team will sacrifice a ward for first blood, D-ward the ward by themselves, and then hopefully get a sentry ward out of the opponents. We'll see if Hara pops the sentry ward, but if he does, it's just going to be, you can also just ignore it. Ignore the ward that the opponent placed there, and then just assume that it's what it is, whatever. Apologies, but Team Bright talking about this middle lane. I'm not a fan of the matchup that the Razor has in this lane. I don't think Question Mark is going to really do much against XC. And this is, I think, the most amount of damage that he's going to get away from the Zeus, and the Zeus doesn't actually need right clicks to be able to farm. You can just pop the Arc Lightning, get some of the last hits, and away you go. There's a reason why Razor kind of needs those melee matchups in order to dominate lanes like we have been seeing. In the bottom lane, we're seeing Hara block or take a creep wave TK, doing the best that he can to harass, but Bramble Maze I don't think is going to connect. And then we talk about Mara versus MDR again. MDR gonna maybe struggle a little bit with that last death, but I think should be fine overall as long as he navigates the Bramble Mazes. When he gets level 2 and he has a point in Surge, because I don't think he's going to go Vacuum, should be pretty easy for him to kind of survive through a lot of this. And he's going to go the Null Talisman, Arcane Boots build, probably Mechanism after, so, classic aura items on the Dark Assassin, and then scale into the later stages of the game when the enemy does well. But in the lane, I mean, they do have kill potential on the side of SG. Clockwork loves Ion Shell, and it's going to be doing quite a bit of damage at level 2, which is really when your Power Spike hits the lane, I think, for SG. TK might have a struggle, or might struggle living through some of these engagements if he gets caught with the cogs. Trevor on TP out. Meanwhile, top Venomancer getting dove underneath the tier 1 tower. The Aphotic Shield gonna deal the damage, and Abaddon gets first blood for Team Bright, which is a very strong start for them. Or not first blood, it's the second kill, but offlane Abaddon is not a hero I have seen in, I'm gonna be honest guys, quite a long time as bottom. Hara goes down. I think he underestimated the amount of damage that comes out from Team Bright and MDR. Vacuum level 2. Okoyo, Melt Strike, TK, the damage through the Shadow Realm. He's getting chased down, but he got hit with the Bramble Maze. Turn around, TK. Turn around and dead. Meanwhile, there's a dive happening top, and Abaddon dies, so neither of these teams are going to have any chill. I think it was a bit of an overcommitment from MDR. I don't think there's really any world where you get the kill out onto Okoyo, especially with the Melt Strike. I mean, you're just going to die here. Level 2 on Clockwork. we'll be able to maybe cogs.
Radiant's courier has
You
been
can see him just trying to deal a little bit of ion shell damage. But again, you know, this top lane, I figured that SG would have, this would be the hardest lane. You don't have, we have seen Tinies dominate Venomancers before in lane, and with a Photic Shield, Venomous Gale does nothing. Lee Quinn will have the advantage when he gets level 3 for toss, to just toss people back onto the Abaddon. And then if you get silenced up with the after the Avalanche, especially on Abaddon or maybe even on the Terrorblade, I think the damage is just going to be too much, and both of these heroes kind of have to be careful about getting caught out here. I don't know if they have any, they probably do have turnaround kill threat, as you saw when they dove the tier 1 tower, but the Avalanche toss, all right onto the Abaddon, 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4, you turn around Gale, not going to do anything, and that will be a kill for the Abaddon Tiny combo, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Venomancer has to be careful. Meanwhile, bottom, TK dies. I assume to the Clockwork Ion Shell combo, level 2 Ion Shell, going to be connecting here. Meanwhile, bottle refill for question mark mid. The same will be done for XC, so 2 supports dying in the bottom area. Oh no, Venomancer. That's a double Bramble. XC gets the kill, and Venomancer, I think officially is not having a game. You know, level 2 Veno. Hara tanking a lot of tower hits. They're going to go right onto Okoyo. They know that nobody can really come out and help them. No mouse spike available either. The damage coming through. That is a lot of Ion Shell problem. And nobody there to help out Okoyo. Hara takes the perfect amount of damage. I assume he's going to die to the Ancient Creep. Or no, he's going to walk back to base actually. And Okoyo, he's top of the CS for his team. Not going to miss that many creeps. I think he only missed like 2 creeps at the end of the day. But MDR going through all of his resources actually. You know, okay, my question is, what is this Abaddon gonna go for? Because you know, is he gonna go for the, like, Radiance, Aghanim's, like, what is the plan here for this Abaddon? I'm not sure if you really can get away with the sort of greed that you normally get with picking an Abaddon 3. I do feel like a lot of the times that is a bit of a greedier hero. As Terrorblade getting dove on the dirt under his tier 1 tower. They're going to keep you in the Venomancer, but I'm not sure what the Venomancer is going to do. Just throw a Gale, and of course the turnaround with the Curse Crown. He will get stunned up, pops the wand, but it is Abaddon. Has the Fox Shield available. They get the 1 kill. Lee Quinn dies, and now the Abaddon will fall as well. Question mark coming in with a beautiful rotation to get a double kill. But again, you lose your carry, you lose your Venomancer who's struggling. But I think question mark will take that trade every day of the week. Gets himself quite a big amount of golden experience. He just turned into level 6 when he turned up there. And now Hara mid lane tried to get the kill into XC, but the right click coming through. No Thunder God's Wrath available. I mean, it is, but not going to do enough damage. It's only 300 and he had 320. But Team Bright, I think, are playing a little bit too over-aggressive. Would like to see them kind of tone it down a little bit. I don't think that they have the tools necessary to keep pushing over and over and over again. Like this, you're making those really aggressive plays. But I think with the moment you see the Razor TP in, you kind of have to start to get out of there. Hard to say. But again, just to talk about the Abaddon pick here a little bit more. Because it's one of those heroes that we really, again, I guess we have been seeing a little bit, but it's, when we see it, it's as a support. Like, pros have not been playing this core. They've been playing it pause 5. I'm just taking a look at the item build that a lot of teams have been doing for the Abaddon. It is going to be the or the Manta style build, but that doesn't normally come until 20 minutes. And apologies, I was having some audio technical difficulties, couldn't hear the game, but I fixed it. The problem thing with the Abaddon pick here is the illusions are going to die pretty quick. There's a lot of random AoE damage, and also, unless you get the Darkseer, it's going to be a little problematic. Now we're seeing Venomancer level, or max level the wards. This is, I don't know, I think he just thinks he has to jungle to have a game, but Abaddon's gonna chase down the Venom, pops the Fire Shield as well. He does have Reflection on him for the slow with the Poison Sting, can't quite gap close. And it does appear as though Reflection does target or does apply the on-hit effects from the passives. So the Zeus will be doing quite a bit of damage actually. Now they're gonna turn around on the Venomancer again maybe. Abaddon hasn't leveled up 6. They've brought in NDR top, has a vacuum. They do use the ultimate, trying to get the kill on the question mark mid. The turnaround to XC, getting run down here by Hara. They throw out the blood grenade. He heavenly jumps away, but the one last click from M gets the kill, and now they are gonna pump the damage into the tower with the Terra Blade. The villain from the hit Dota anime series Dragon's Blood. Gonna be putting on a lot of pressure, but now Liquin with the toss back underneath the tier 1 tower. Hara, he's gonna cogs up with the first crown turnaround with the right clicks. TK's gotta be a little bit careful, but the plasma field is gonna connect and Hara lives. Hara says no. Team Bright. Oh, this is, I mean, they're gonna bring in XC. Sunder is not available. Wait, the point is available. He's gonna pump fake Sunder, uses it immediately. Question mark. Has Static Storm available. Every time I'm looking at Venomancer, he's getting dove and he's dying. And I think this is going to be no different. As they need to do something to help out Veno. Spiky Gaming are not giving their Venomancer a chance to live. Chance to do anything. As outside dies once again. It's okay, so taking a look at the net worth, we do have top of the net worth the Templar Assassin. Kind of assumed this. I think Okoyo going to be the target to watch for the series. He's been incredibly impactful throughout the group stage. Gonna have more than enough impact as the game progresses. And I really like how he's been playing throughout the series, not just the series, but I mean, the series has barely begun, but throughout the playoffs. This is the first round. I mean the group stage. There we go. We got there. He's been playing very well throughout the group stage. He's gonna go for the very traditional build on the Templar Dragonlance first, and then most likely a Desolator as MDR Melt Strike toss up in the air. It's a full combo. Hara uses the hook shot in, but there's the rotations coming immediately. You might have stayed a little bit too long. Those trap is going to connect. You have no stuns, and the TP is going to be out. Very nice play, and M super low. I almost died to the Thunder God's Wrath that XC was using to get the kill on the bottom. He has a phylactery finished up. We'll go for the Manta style next, if I'm not mistaken. And a lot of Manta builds on the side of Bright. You have Manta on the Abaddon, Manta on the Zeus. You have quite a bit to purge on the side of the Venomancer. I think Venom really needs a shard as question mark got hit by the fear. The Rocket Flare gonna get the vision, and now he's arrived. But the Venomancer again, he keeps dying. Heavenly jump down to the low ground. XC, you're hit with the regen rune, but the damage coming through, you can't get up onto the high ground. You used the heavenly jump to get down, and now Abaddon getting chased down. He's got no ultimate as well. Question mark with a triple kill. All 3 heroes dying. This Razor, I believe, has started to become a little bit of a problem for SG as they don't bring all 5, but Team Bright, or SG bring all 5, Team Bright don't. This mid tier 1 tower gonna fall, and with the Manta style of his own, very soon the flash will come with this farming. And it's not looking like the great, like, it was looking like a good start for Team Bright. They were up 5 kills to 2, I think it was. 8 kills to 3 at one point maybe. And didn't quite work out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so in a 13-minute game, Venomancer has died 7 times. Venomancer is averaging 7 deaths every 2 minutes. MDR top fighting with TK here. Has an Ion Shell. Thunder God's Wrath gonna connect onto him. So he dies in TK now. Has to avoid Hara. The hook shot missed completely, and now through the trees TK goes. He's gonna go bottom. They're gonna use the illusion to spot him out, but no, the creeps do that job instead. And Hara doesn't have the gap close for TK.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Think Bright really waiting for the blink dagger from Tiny. He's pretty close. He'll have it probably pre-20 minutes. But with the blink, you'll be able to do it like it's some sort of 3-man smoke rotation onto question mark and get the kill. I think you're really banking on Team Bright doing that. The Venomancer's standing behind him, but again, like, you have so many purges already. You're going to get Manta on 2 heroes. On the side of Bright, you have a Photic Shield. Like, does it really matter that Venomancer is in the game? I think he's actually done the correct build going for Plague Wards, because you don't, like, you're just going to get all of your abilities purged anyway. It's not like putting points into Venomous Gale is going to do anything besides slow. And it's not like Abaddon here is going to do anything but live. They're not going to really TP anybody in. It gets pushed back from the vacuum and dies in the blaze of glory. Lee Quinn TP's out, and now tower on the bottom going to get taken up by this beautiful rotation from SG, getting a little bit of tempo onto the map. It's exactly what you need for, if you're SG, just start to push, start to take advantage of this whole area. Play the late game, play to your strengths, as MDR's unfortunately found a couple heroes going to go down and then right, but you've just made a triangle here as you're going to get tossed back. The surge is there, but the Bedlam coming through, tossed right on top of the Bramble Maze. MDR, the wall of replica split, and now the Venomancer caught in a little bit of no man's land. He's like, you know what, just take me instead, I'm going to die here. The slow from the trap. MDR has surge available in 1 second. Tossed up with the Melt Strike. More than enough damage. Hara's arrived a little bit too late. Hook shot to a creep wave that doesn't exist. Cogs gonna get the connection there, but the trap again. Lee Quinn chasing forward. They have the blink onto Kuyo. Finished up with the avalanche. The sun is there. The Bramble Maze is there as well. You got lost, my friend. The clockwork dies. And SG with a little bit of save your friend syndrome coming out there. They wanted to save MDR, but I think he was always destined to fail, destined to die. And now Team Bright make the 4-man rotation mid. They want this tier 1 tower middle. Clockwork will TP back mid. They don't have a wall of replica on the side of SG. I'm not sure they can take this fight. Team Bright, you know, playing a little bit defensive. First item Manta style is actually not the meta build. You normally see a pickup before that. It is your choice. What we normally see is Harpoon or the Fusel Blade. It depends entirely on the kind of matchup you want to get. But when you're up against a couple of heroes that are going to get the purge, I think the Diffusal Blade not really that impactful. I don't think there's a lot of merit to Diffusal Blade this game besides killing off the supports, but I don't think Abaddon's job is killing supports. So I like the Harpoon more, which is the item that he's going to be building up. And I like the fact that Question Mark escapes kind of understanding that there might be a bit of a predicament here as the tier 2 tower is going to fall in a matter of seconds. Desolator finished up on the Templar Assassin alongside the aggressive Awareness attack speed. More than enough damage
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
to take that tower down. And Team Bright, they're up 3,000 gold. They're up in this game, and they're going to go straight into the Roche Pit. I think SG have a better lineup here, but they're just a little bit behind. They made a couple errors. They have to weather the storm, get some BKBs going. BKB on the Razor soon. Terrorblade not going to go BKB. It's still going to go for some more stat items. I think M is recognized he's not really damaged. He just needs to live through some of these fights. Roshan taken, MDR. Gonna get scattered out here, but the Blink Kara gonna get tossed up again. Is he gonna get the hook shot away? Not with, I mean, not if Thunder God's Wrath has anything to say, and I haven't really seen a lot from the Zeus besides a couple of the Thunder God's Wraths, but
Radiant should look to their middle tower.
I believe he has the, what is he building? Egg Interceptor? Okay, he's gonna go eggs. I kind of miss the old Egg Interceptor build up on the Zeus, but I just think that like nowadays, Lightning Bolt is fine, but it's like you're spending 4,200 gold to deal 350 damage every 2.5 seconds, and TK, he's spending a little bit of HP to try and live here. Gonna get pushed back by the cog. Clutch is a question mark. Turn around here. Gonna get canceled by the fact that Razor pops his BKB. TK gonna die here. And now what's the plan? Team Bright, they have a ward up onto the high ground. They have a bit of an advantage. There's no BKB on the side of Razor. But no, the Rocket Flare gonna scout out all of SG. And the Illusion's coming forward. Team Bright get TK killed, and now the high ground push, or the tier 2 push mid has been evaded. SG looking to make some plays here, looking to, you know, they're gonna keep fighting, and this series is this game is as close as I thought the series was gonna be. I didn't think that it was gonna be really anything besides this. Blink forward. They're not gonna get the trap. Haro. MDR will be fine. Blink on Ukoyo as well. TP out. Yeah. Oh! Hold on a minute. Okay, that was really cool. If that got the kill, that would have been insane. Avalanche by the Tiny, and Ukoyo Hurricane Pike them forward. Such a nice play that we don't really get to see. But the team play, or the team game for Team Bright, going to be take all the outer tier 2 towers, make a decision whether or not you go high ground. You do have Tiny, so he'll be able to abduct the key target. And Okoyo coming forward. Venomancer with the Yosef, trying to keep himself alive with that Elephant in the tree line. You have the pipe on the side of the Venomancer, but you also have a death on the side of him as well as they continue up onto the high ground. They have caught the poor MDR. He's silenced up eternally. Can't do anything. And now the Hara with the hookshot onto the back line. It's just the Tiny, but the toss back into the clutches of Okoyo. It's 3 dead on the side of SG in exchange for 1 soul kill. And now the tier 2 mid is going to fall. They did that fight on the side of Bright without Zeus, who bought us Yasha Kaya? Okay. So he buys Yasha Kaya. And then he's going to get Manta and then disassemble, I guess. Weird. It's a little bit weird. Tower, falling mid, take a look at the win probability here. 77% in favor of Team Bright. They have the advantage in this game, and I think they've been playing the map incredibly well. 33 showing bottom, so maybe SG don't think that there's a play happening, but top lane, question mark, if you die here. I mean, he has Sanch and Yasha, so he's pretty tanky. Gonna go for Heaven's Halberd as well. I think that's the correct call against both Zeus. And you do see the Thunder God's Wrath. 33. He's gonna die. The Plague Ward hitting him out, and of course the Urn gonna stop the TP. Now M has arrived as well, tossed back, but you're really only buying time. You're only buying time. And SG is trying to do that themselves. The path forward, I think, for SG is just going to be holding. You want to get more items on the side of SG as you hook shot onto XC. Coming through MDR, want to get the vacuum wall combo off, but he didn't. M has now arrived, hasn't popped the meta yet. The Terrorize not going to connect, and now the Abaddon tanking for his team. They get the Venom ult onto the TA, but this is exactly what Venomancer wants, to be caught in the middle of 5 heroes. But not when his ultimate ends. He's going to fall here. 33 has the blink available, but he gets healed up, and now question mark. The damage coming through. You can't go through the wall. You shall not pass him. Below the... It looks like 33 gonna get right clicked down here by M. M kind of owning this a little bit. Okoyo, TP out. They'll be able to do so. The Cog's not gonna connect, and now XC, the right click's coming through. Gonna TP out himself. And Team Bright can't go high ground. Skype, SG, Spiky Gaming. Without a care in the world. You'll set her up from the Venomancer. They also have the Bedlam going. Oh, the Hulk shot stopping TK. Beautiful play coming out from Team Bright. As SG again, like, they get behind in these game states. I don't really think they've been getting behind in terms of net worth. It really hasn't ever been that much net worth, but you're seeing the impact that gold has on this game. The win probability graph is perpendicular to the net worth graph, and that just kind of tells you how important gold is in this game. You need items on your support like the Tiny. You need items on Okoyo. You need items on Abaddon. As the SG will take the Tormentor, bottom. 33 has arrived. Oh, Team Bright, there looks like they want to make a play, but it's 3-on-5 engagement. Question mark, pumps the BKB immediately. Another getting the vacuum wall combo onto 3. It's a disaster for Team Bright. What were you expecting? Oh my goodness, the Yule Scepter. Abaddon, you're caught in the middle of everybody. What was your plan, Team Bright? Get a pick off? SG say no. Oh my goodness. What was your plan, Bright? What were you thinking? And now SG, the game gonna start to get into their hand here. As, wait, MDR might die here. No, never mind. XC doesn't do enough damage, and the TPs come in. Question mark. Gonna get the plasma field view, and the vacuum gonna cancel that TP out. The disarm onto the Zeus, so he can't actually get the kill onto MDR. And the Zeus is dead as well. The advantage that Team Bright had, that they were fighting for, just completely negated. there's nothing you can do on the side of Bright at this point, I don't think. Like, I know it's kind of bleak to say, but I really believe that the team fighting from SG is going to be way too much at this point. I mean, you can't really take engagements into the wall of replica anymore. You've Templar Assassin gives off a way too powerful illusion, especially with the Desolate or the Daedalus picked up. The Zeus as well gives a very powerful illusion. Don't even get me started on the Abaddon illusion. But hot bottom, has a Manta style. Well, no, they actually catch out the Abaddon, and he's going to use the Harpoon out of the Venomancer. Pavis is available, but the Surge coming out, going to save his life, as SG only have 3 heroes down here bottom. But again, Venomancer, just with the Plague Word build this game, because he can't purge anything off. I'm surprised Roshan is still alive. Oh, and 33 is dead. Nice pick off from SG once again. It's gonna be into the Roche pit for SG as well. And, okay. Let's talk about game plans for Team Bright here as they try to make their way to contest this Roshan, as they try to make a way to regain the advantage in this game. You need to keep the Abaddon alive and actually stand behind him as Hara. Gonna be the first target here. Doesn't have any sort of way of getting out of the cogs of himself, but it's a 4-man vacuum with the ball of replica. The illusion's doing way more damage than I think anybody on the side of Team Bright really were expecting. The Abaddon gonna get saved by the Fear onto the side, but both supports dead. You lost MDR instead. And now XC trying to hunt down the Clockwork is gonna actually miss, and the right click gonna connect. Now they come in onto the back line. I mean, Zeus, buddy, you know, I think there are some things in life that are worth it. That is not one of them. XC force up onto the high ground, gonna be for nothing, as it's a 2-for-2 engagement. But again, SG, they get the Roshan. They get Roshan on M as well, and he's going to have the butterfly picked up. It's looking like SG can kind of just go mid, go top, go bottom, take all the tier 2 towers, and force the game a little bit longer. They're starting to get the items online. Again, with the butterfly just completed on Terrorblade. Take a look at actually, take a look at all of the items. Aether Lens finished up on TK. First, the Hurricane Pike, Manta on XC, followed by 2 Manta styles on the Dire, 1 on M, 1 on Question Mark. MDR has Mech, Blink, gonna go for Aghanim Scepter actually next. He's only about 700 gold behind that item. Okoyo, they're gonna look for a play here. They don't see him go into the trees, but they do have the Plague Ward spotting him out. And with the Rocket Flare, they hook shot. They're not gonna connect. Very close. SG, as 5. No waves though. You need waves in order to make waves. Think you need BKBs on the side of Team Bright if you're going to make a play in this game. The fact that you don't have any BKBs is kind of absurd. As how did Tiny blink out of that one? Oh, Dandelion out there. Very cool. For those of you wondering how the Tiny actually blinked out of there, the Rocket Flare hit him, which activated the Dandelion amulet, so it blocked the magic damage and he was able to TP out, so he didn't, or blink out, he didn't actually take any damage. And now SG grouped up as 5, their wave is getting cut bottom, but they have a creep wave with them. They're gonna go high ground, they're gonna start sieging this tower. The creeps, they just have to die once, but again, the damage coming through on this tower is irreparable. They use the fortification as well because they know there's no creeps here in the bottom lane, but mid there are creeps. Mid there is a play. As the fear, you're not going to connect, and instead they blink it onto the back. It's a 4-man vacuum combo. FDR has hit. He has not missed. With the Curse Crown heading out onto a lot of heroes, XC has arrived. The state, oh my goodness, the Scotty slowing him down. He has no heavenly jump. He has no life. He has nothing left to give. And it's a buyback on TK. You smoke up on the side of Team Bright, trying to make a play happen, but the tower is fortified still. You're underneath the tier 3 tower on the side of SG. You're trying to burst down, trying to get the damage through, but the toss back is gonna hit onto the illusion that he created of himself. And now the Racks dying here. The Racks are falling. SG, they have won the game as Team Bright called GG. They know there's no way to come back into this game, and SG come through with the win. I'm telling you right now, Team Bright had a really nice game, but SG played around the matchup so well, and on the back of MDR, who's my MVP for game 1, easily take this first series. And I think it really just comes down to Spiky Gaming playing to all of their strengths. I mean, Question Mark had himself an amazing game. M on the Terrorblade, 10-1, 12-0 on Razor. I know the Venomancer died. The score looks a lot closer than it is because the Venomancer died 10 times. When you take off the deaths from the Veno, it's really 13-29. And Spiky Gaming coming out well ahead in this game. But that is game 1 finished between Spiky Gaming and Team Bright. We will see if Team Bright can pull off the reverse sweep. But that'll be
you can get a second set. The jump forward there from X6S, but Boko's connection on towards DY, but the sprung back will keep him safe. There's a silence on the JT.
He's still fine.
He's been caught by the Doom. He'll put the BKBs on the full retreat now. Jump forward for Xingqiu's in with the Echo Slam.
There's 2.
There's the second one in the Fisher, but they'll turn. They'll destroy Xingqiu. He's out of the game for 100. No buyback on the Shaker.
And JT lives with 100 HP. He dodges the Zeus ult.
G2IG, they'll be happy with that one. They weren't able to force out the buyback from XM.
He Wind Waker during the Zeus ult. He was 200 something. It might have actually killed him. I think it would have.
I mean, they're ready to go back in again now. G2IG, there's the jump forward for Boka. He's going straight in with the BKB.
He's right in their face.
A quick refresh of Doom, and how many with
Okay.
They've got the 3 of them very close to one another. Monet getting low. It's going to be set up in the Ev now with the Yules. Monet trying to run, but he's out. That's the Aegis gone.
XM is just getting to plow them from high ground.
Shaman surviving as well here with a shield here from the Aghanim's. Money's back for round 2. Plus the BKB. X-Nova's in on the backline with a hook shot. Jumps forward straight away, but XM, he's right-clicking them down pretty successfully. X-Nova's dead.
I mean, XM is doing so much damage.
Turns with another fly over towards JT. JT turns, throws the Chakram back out towards Ame. Ame slowly does it, saves it with a jump cross. Ame, he's going to get taken out. He's gone. He'll buy back immediately here. JT in the trees. Wind Waker back out to outside of the base. The Nullifiers on to the sides as well, but the team chains out in time. XX is going to look to try and chase. They won't look to go any further into the tree line. JT able to back off safely. Nothing to say. He's ready to go back in.
3-man crush.
The 3-man crush. Nothing to say. JT gets straight back.
They're on Monet.
Look towards XXS, but indeed Ame destroys Monet. Nothing to say. Falling low.
They're cleaning up.
Got the controls well over towards JT. Nothing to say. Dies. JT tries to Timberchain away, but the root will catch him. And
Can he get out?
Gaming. Can they get this Timber Store as well? JT ready to start trying to playing around with another fire.
He's looking to go for the kill.
We got to remove it immediately. He's got the axe back, ready to pop with the shield. XXS and DY trying to do the damage to bring him down, but he's so tanky here, JT. Another Timber Chain with the impetus. It's enough.
Holy moly.
Down once again. Extreme. They'll keep their hopes alive.
Up tower falling.
JT feeling strong. He's going to try and show himself. They're going to jump in with the Doom. They're going to try and threaten the Timbersaw. DY's coming
He's dying fast.
JT, he's out.
Monet.
He's gone. Monet has the BKB and get the hell out of here.
The storm, though.
Storm's coming in. Ame trying to set up for further catches for Extreme Gaming. The Fish will be thrown out to block off any potential escape. They're in on top of Baboka. He's going to go with the BKB Axe freezing field. They'll turn over towards him straight away. DY dishing up the damage to take Baboka down.
JT buyback.
He's back in. Looks towards XXS. XXS puts the BKB X-Nova. He's in with the hook shot. Ame's got the BKB ready to go. X-Nova, he's getting low. See if they can push him for more. more. There's the song. Second time round. Name using this song. Does he want to retreat? Does he want to fight? He wants to look towards X-Nova. Throws the net out towards him. Let's jump forward. DY down to the low ground. They managed to destroy it, but they've lost DY. DY
Echo
back immediately. GQ's in on top of Monet. Monet separates himself. The second slap coming down onto nothing to say. But GQ.
Look at XM go.
XM. He's taken on the right click battle with Monet, and he's
in his face.
He takes out one. Nothing to say. Looks for the back with a pushback. XM.
He gets another.
Hurricane Pipe play. He'll find the triple. The right clicks are winning Arme. He's still on the retreat, JT. He's looking for him, JT.
They're still alive.
The buybacks were used heavily for this. I think we've had at least 7 buybacks coming out so far in this fight. He was the one to buy back. If they get another jump onto him, could be big. They use the Thunder God's Wrath to scout things out.
Bro, shifting position.
They're trying to get down towards the
Do they try to kill it here?
Okay. Okay, they're interrupting it.
Oh, they can stop it.
This is a pretty good effort.
There's 0 cooldown on Crush. They can keep it here.
This is after Extreme Gaming just moved themselves down towards the bottom. They're trying their best. They've got the control.
They'll kill this.
Oh, this is heads up from G2IG. They're going to be able to do it. They're waiting for the roast down here, but he never came. He's already dead. Mono gets the Aegis. I mean, these buyback
They're gonna smoke.
Passing like nothing in this game.
They're actually going to smoke out while this Aegis is getting reclaimed.
This is risky. Arme. Gonna get the illusions out. With the Giants,
they're scouting.
They've got eyes on X-Nova. They're blocking him up with the Fissure. They're looking for the clock. Where they're throwing another fire. Bleed knows the sword back over towards him. XSS jumps the backline. CQ's in as well. There is straight away on top of the CM. CM Baboka getting burst low. X-Nova's the first to fall. They're gonna lose one support. They're gonna lose
2 supports.
Both supports gone.
And they're holding him to place the song.
Here from Arme. The refresh. XSS ready to go with the second round of the AoE. They're in on top of Monet. Monet's gonna get chased down. Monet.
He cannot get away.
He's out for 2 minutes. The support back. Monet, does he want to try and buy back as well, or will they just write this fight off at G2IG? Because JT, he's in trouble. Baboka, he's going to be going down a second time.
They're too big.
2 minutes. They've just got to run G2IG. They can't afford to lose anyone more here. JT pops the BKB. The Fisher trying to block off his escape. Will go for the chain. The TP out. He's not going to make it though. They put a stop to it here with the Yule Scepter. JT, he's going to go slowly, but surely down as well. So they can hit that timing when the 6 has been hit on the Slardar and the IO, and they can look to set up for these global plays. As Baboka, with this next creep wave, should have it. Top lane. This time round, they're making a bit more of a successful dive in for XXS.
He pops the ult, but he still dies.
It's not going to block the right clicks in time. He goes down. See if they can get kills in return. Nothing to say about a TP out. And XM, he's just getting killed off by Monet and X-Nova. It's a double kill for Monet. The Shadow Realm is available for Xingqiu. See, Monet can stand up with him. Does he want to dive? I mean, he has time lapse, so he can potentially look to dive this. He's going in for the kill. Xingqiu turns with a cursed crown, but Monet
He's
is
gonna
get it. Triple kill. I guess on the plus side for the Xingqiu and DY, they certainly can scale for the support position.
Very true. Up top, reload.
They're going to get in there with jump onto Xingqiu, and Xingqiu, he doesn't get even a chance to escape. They'll turn over towards Arme.
They're right in his face.
The freezing fist, the blast comes in, Arme's dead. They'll drop the arena.
XM?
But do they have any sort of damage to try and fire back? Monet and JT, they don't care. They could go for more. The Vestal Charge ticking down XM. Monet finishes him off. It's a triple kill here, 14 minutes in again for Monet.
See, JT's looking to go in again.
Oh, and the crush, the cleanup, it continues.
Lasso coming off cooldown in 3 seconds as well. This is a big moment. Heroic trying to break it with Schofield.
Boxy with the lasso. Static Storm right on top as well. And a flame break in addition. 2 dead from Heroic right off the bat. And Divai Llama glimpsed into death. So Heroic absolutely crushed. And now they have to worry about their Void Spear potentially getting away because Coil was still up and available. He pops it. Analog with the Astral Step. Trying to get away with all this mobility, but just not enough.
3-0.
And now he's going to snowball Insania.
Yes,
has to live here. He's going to get Malefice on, and the Eidolons will continue their reign of terror. And that is a long walk back for Insania. Boxy's TPing in. Be able to get the Firefly off. This will be a pretty damn valuable kill onto Divai, but he's just right-clicking away. Flame Break is there. Boxy getting pretty damn low, and now another snowball, so Boxy will die, but can Mickey try to get the kill? Indeed, Divai's reign ends. The kill streak is over, and Mickey really needs to finish the job here. A couple more right clicks will suffice, but a nice Ice Shards buying some distance. Looks like he'll be able to walk away unless... Oh my God! Okay, Analog.
Rogue Siege Creep here, giving
They
some
have vision there, but they find Schofield instead. Snowball. Gonna put himself in a terrible spot, but Divai Llama with a nice black hole onto 2. Mickey just on the outskirts with a nice focus fire to be able to kill off Schofield. Eventually, Boxy does fall, so it's a 1-for-1 to start. Divai Llama burns to the ground as Nisha taking care of the back line. K1 looking to try to do something here, but he's left all alone. Shackle shot and dead. And this is likely going to be a full team wipe for Team Liquid. Obviously, the Inkswell is like the most important spell on this hero. You need somebody that can go on. Is going to have to hold the horses again. Moonlight Shadow, Analog again in a lot of trouble. I don't think the Inkswell is getting him out of this one. Does dispel.
Radiant's turn to battle. Radiant's ban. Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds.
Welcome, one and all, to Game 2 between Spiky Gaming and Team Bright. This is, of course, Kobolds Rave 2, brought to you by Cringe Station. Now, I want to talk about Game 1 a little bit, because I think there was, some things that Team Bright did very well, but ultimately things that I think Spiky Gaming did better. And I think Spiky Gaming out macroed Team Bright. That is the one takeaway that I want us to, have in our head as we come into Game 2. What do I mean by out macro? What I mean is I think the itemization from Spiky Gaming was on point. It was more accurate than on Team Bright. I think that the overall map decisions an objective taking on Spiky Gaming was more accurate than on the side of Team Bright. And I think also when it comes down to it, you really, when in a series that is going to be as close to this, really have to be a little bit nitpicky.
10
Something you
seconds.
can't be nitpicky about is buying BKB.
5 seconds.
Now, I don't know
remain.
why Team Bright were allergic to this item. If they had bought a BKB, they would not have just constantly gotten 4-man Wall of Replica comboed. But instead, they lose the game off the back of, being thrown out of position constantly and MDR catching everybody by surprise. And now Team Bright, they're going to
10
come in to this draft with a little bit of a different ethos. We're seeing Spiky Gaming open up with the
5
Kunkka, followed with the Hoodwink Phoenix. Very normal play coming out from them. I have to say I'm a very big believer
Turn to pick.
in the Hoodwink. Now, Snapfire picked up as the counter to the Phoenix. Again, Little Shredder, the Phoenix Egg, and Phoenix dies instantly. So, I think people kind of
10
take
seconds.
that is the only thing to take away from the matchup. But I think overall Phoenix does pretty well into both the Dragonite and can do work against the Snapfire if he doesn't have the egg and he's not getting hit by Little Shredder. If he gets the egg off, then Snapfire is awful against Phoenix. Troll Warlord, I think, is a bit of it's like a soft counter to the
10
Phoenix.
seconds
If you hit
remain.
Phoenix Egg once and then Troll Ulti, you will not aggro to
5
enemy heroes. You
seconds
will
remain.
continue hitting the egg. Same thing for, I believe, towers and Roshan. If you hit a tower first and then aggro, you will hit the tower. If you hit Roshan first before you ult, you will aggro onto Roshan. But that's the only manipulation you can do on the troll ulti side of things. And you're gonna want a BKB on the troll, which is gonna kind of be a bit more difficult to do because you're up against a Kunkka. He has X mark, so he can always kite you away. He's gonna have Torrent Storm as well. Troll really doesn't like fighting into these big team fight ults that pick a place and you have to fight in it, just because he has pretty low mobility and can't decide where he goes anyway. So any sort of thing that you can use to force the troll into deeper into your territory or deeper into your spells gonna pay off dividends. And Spiky Gaming using a lot of their dividends on this time here. They're gonna wait it out a little bit. Think they're probably gonna pick up an offlaner here if Kunkka isn't the offlaner already. I'm going to assume for Team Bright that it's a mid DK, but again, you never know with Dragonite. We saw, I believe, in the upper bracket,
It is Radiant's
Execration played Dragonite in 3 positions in their 3-game series, and Windranger are going to be the target here, going to be the counter pick to the draft. I mean, Troll Warlord does struggle very heavily against the wind, but an item that I want us to keep an eye on for, especially for the troll, is Aghanim Scepter. Now, people sleep on this item. They're like, it literally doesn't do anything. But Scurry
10 seconds.
and Windranger, or Windrun, both abilities that can be purged. You can purge off the torrent slow. You can purge off. Can you purge boat rum? I'm not sure if you can purge boat rum. I don't think you can. I think it's
5
indispellable.
seconds.
You can purge off the Phoenix Fire Spirits as well.
Radiant's
I
turn to
think
pick.
Troll has a lot of incentive to build the Aghanim Scepter this game. I think he should build Aghanim Scepter this game. He is definitely kind of primed to have that kind of situation going for him. And I also really like
10
the Troll
seconds.
Warlord Crystal Maiden pairing. Crystal Maiden
5
gives a lot of
seconds
mana to
remaining.
your kind of lane partner, and Troll
Dire's turn to pick.
does need a lot of mana for Whirling Axes, for Axe Throw. Clinks is going to be the pickup for Spiky Gaming here, and you know,
10 seconds
I
remaining.
think Team Bright just need a hero that gets on the back. Just gets on the back line and kills everybody. They're going to go for Mars, so it's going to be a mid DK. Offlane Mars. Okay. Yeah, I like the Mars too. I really like the Mars. You have Bulwark. Bulwark is very, very, very good against Windranger Clinks. And I think Spiky Gaming, you know, I don't want to say this, but I think Team Bright kind of have a better draft. I like the Team Bright draft more. It seems more coherent. You have more. I know the Kunkka. I know it's question mark Kunkka, guys. But Spiky Gaming, they didn't impress me in the early stage of the game, the last, like, game 1. And Team Bright, I think all they need to do is win the early stage of game 2. Like, you get ahead, I don't know how you fall behind. You have Troll Warlord, who, again, is, like, one of the most efficient, one of the best early game laning carries, paired up with one of the better laning supports with the Crystal Maiden, not in terms of, you know, being able to do things in the lane herself, but being able to amplify what their partner does, kind of like a Marcy. And, you know, Snapfire Mars is a pretty potent combo. You cookie onto the Mars, and then you have a very easy spear setup into a Scatter Blast. It's like, I think the pieces for Team Bright, they come together, they rally around the Dragon Knight. There's no break or anything on the side of Spiky. Spiky do have tools on their own, don't get me wrong. They do have the Kunkka Boat. You have Phoenix Egg as well. And the nice thing that I like about Windranger in their draft is they can kind of play the outskirts of the fights. You're going to have Kunkka front and center in a lot of these engagements. And even though the hero itself can kind of just get kited around and, you know, struggle to choose when he takes fights, when fights do happen, it's pretty hard to fight into. I kind of see Kunkka, the way I've been viewing Kunkka now is my opinion is, you know, changed over the course of Kobolds Rave is the hero is one of those heroes that fits in line with the Underlord, fits in line with Necrophos, fits in line with Wraith King, and that you really, 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 really do not want to take fights into him. He's one of the worst cores in the moment, or in the game, to try and kill if his team is behind him. He just, like, uses all of his spells and is alive anyway. Like, he'll be at half HP by the time you even go through all your burst damage. If he gets the rum buff on him from the ghost ship. Smoke on smoke action, not really going to turn into anything here, looks like. Dota win probability, 52% in favor of SG. Okay, so Dota has no idea who's going to win this game. It might think Bright wins this one, but, you know, I would tend to agree. I think Bright have the tools. The one thing that I think could be a problem is if SG get this Clinks online, if M finds his way to navigate through this game without getting picked off over and over again, it'll be easy. But like, if you get ulted by the Mars and there's a Kisses on top of it, you're dead. Same thing with the Wind Ranger. The Wind Ranger doesn't have a chance against that either.
Blaze in a soul.
Runes will be 2 for 2. Talk about the lanes. You do have the Troll Warlord pairing up against the Wind Ranger Hoodwink. Now, I think a lot of people are going to say that the MDR Wind Ranger and Hara Hoodwink going to do their fair share against Ukoyo and 33, but my opinion is I think there's actually a genuine kill threat from Team Bright on the side of SG. Ukoyo just has to be careful with the amount of harass that he's taking. And yeah, Hara doesn't have any way to get out of this one. Has a blood grenade maybe, but again, the rolling axes are going to come out once more through the trees. Hara trying to do his best to juke and jive, dodge, but he found him with the whirling death once again. The whirling axes from the range, getting that kill. And that's kind of the problem, is you used all your burst damage to get the range creep. Oh no, Wind Ranger, he's going to be the next target. The slow coming up from the rolling axes. Right click through, 33 goes down. MDR went down as well, but again, the right click Ukoyo gets that double kill. And I'm telling you, dude, this top lane is going to be a problem. I didn't think it was going to be a problem this fast. Ukoyo level 2 already, 33 level 2 as well. Oh no, Hara, half HP already. This is not looking like a very good start, but, you know, question mark. He's got his levels going. XC is XC standing in for Team Bright? Is this a stand-in? I didn't catch that game one. Looks like a stand-in. As bottom lane, just to talk about it a little bit, the Mars. Again, I think there's actual genuine kill threat on the side of Team Bright here. You get a spear on the Clinks underneath the tree. A bad place with the Scatter Blast, Fire Slap, Cookie. There's enough damage here, even with the Dark Pack, the Death Pack, to get the kills. And that is one thing you have to worry about if you're 33, is you can die very easily with the burst damage from Power Shot, from Arcane or Acorn Shot. And now Team Bright. Ukoyo doesn't have that many last hits. He had to sacrifice some for those 2 kills. But again, I think I would like to see Ukoyo build that item set for this game. Wind Run used on MDR. But it's a much longer cooldown. They're going to try to catch Ukoyo. He's going to be fine. Tries to dodge the Power Shot. Won't be able to. 9 wand available for him. Meanwhile, bottom, there's a play happening. TK, turnaround damage onto M. M, just a couple more right clicks will do the trick, but Mars is not fast enough. Has the 10-1 as well. The spear gonna get thrown out. Nope, never mind. Just the 1 right click will do. The spear does get thrown out, but not the ability. As Phoenix trying to get the kill onto this guy. Maybe force him to use his wand. Won't be able to do so. Gets the salve delivered and will be okay. Oh, nice fort coming up from XC, forcing question mark to miss a ton of farm. Double bracelet build up for the DK, and question mark gonna get the bottle as bottom Phoenix dies. Now, Wind Ranger with the double bracelet build makes him incredibly tanky. I'm not sure, he probably might be under threat of dying another time, but it shouldn't be too bad. It pops the Wind Run again. They're pegging out Crystal Maiden. He's gonna get hit with the plus 5 kick corner shot. Blood grenade gonna come through. Hara trading with the creeps, my friend, but you're gonna die here. So 1-for-1, Hara gets the kill first on bottom. Gonna be a death for TK. You know, I have a question. where's the Enchantress? TK was literally spamming Enchantress throughout all the group stage. I don't think we haven't even seen it banned out or pinned. Okay, Phoenix dies. This is a very weird game. There's a lot of deaths happening. 10 deaths already. And MDR wind run right off the cooldown, but the Frostbite gonna connect one right clicks with the Whirling Axes. More than enough damage. Hara with the Acorn Shot bouncing. 33. Gonna have to get zoned out here. Play a little bit of creep aggro with the side of Hara. Right clicking forward. He's got to get another more. Bushwhack gonna be on cooldown. Will connect. Acorn Shot. Right click not gonna be there. Turnaround instead. The evasion now onto Hara. It's a double kill for Okoyo. Baiting Hara forward just far enough, and 33 will die to the creeps. My life for Dire. My life for Ire. And mid, there's a rotation out onto the Conker, but I don't think there's going to be enough damage to revoke. Gonna connect onto the side of the Dragon Knight with the Torrent. The Corrosive Breath not going to do enough, and now with both supports beating into XC, 3 levels of Dragon Blood, it won't save you, unlike the anime, and XC dies. Now MDR gonna get hit with the stun, power shot forward, but again the right click's coming out from Okoyo. He's gonna pop the ultimate as well, try to get more damage, forces himself into range. One Whirling Axis gets the kill. Mega kill streak, 5 kills for the troll. I would be surprised if SG didn't rotate like 2 people to kill top. As TK gets the Wisdom Ring, Phoenix thought he was a little bit better. Has a TP available, but they're gonna try to hold the stuns. No Icarus dive for 30 seconds. Damage coming out, he will die. I think Team Bright are playing phenomenally. And again, I said in game 1, they had the advantage into the landing stage. They just didn't have the better team fight. This time around, they have team fight spells. They have ability to make plays happen. It is kind of bizarre. In my opinion, that XC is getting Orchid, as Death is the ultimate silencer. They rotate a lot of heroes bottom, but the Torrent's not going to connect. Instead, the Arena turnaround onto 3 heroes. They bring in 33 as well. That Arena, a huge amount of damage, but TK kind of walks through the 4 heroes and dies. Now they come in with MDR, the wind run through underneath the tier 1 tower. XC rotates back, but SG bring 5 into this mid lane. They get the kill onto both supports, but the cores live on the side of Team Bright. I think you're okay with that exchange. You keep your tier 1 tower alive on Bright, and Okoyo is free farming. Now, if SG did that with Troll, I think that would have been a lot more decisive. Getting this Troll kill is going to be more than important, as he is almost 1,000 gold ahead of the Clinks. Nearly 10 minutes in, which is a lot of gold. Oh, but the Clanks caught. The stuns are layered a little bit too much, I think, but again, there's no way he can get out of here. He's gonna fall. The Bushback combo onto 233, pops the freezing field, and now Phoenix. Icarus dive is available. The spear not gonna hit, and Hara getting chased down by Okoyo, who TP'd in for a little bit of fun. A little bit of magic. Fire Spirit won't connect, and now Phoenix getting run down. The slows are there from the Whirling Axis. The Cookie letting Okoyo walk in, get one last right hit, and now he's unstoppable with 7 or 6.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okoyo, how far will he go? I think pretty far. And again, I think SG are playing the games. They're just not playing the right. They're not using the right macro decisions. You need to kill a Koyo. Like, just kill him. It's a troll warlord, dude. It's not that difficult. He has his Maelstrom finished up at 10 minutes. He'll have it in his inventory by 11. And Mars Marina bottom with the kisses. What did I tell you guys? M, hold on, with that Dark Pact, living through, but the Scatter Blast gonna scatter the bones of Clinks. And now there's a spear, but it's not gonna hit the tower, saving the life of the Phoenix. Okoyo TPing bottom as well, just to secure the tower as well. You want to be able to take this objective, and Team Bright are up 14-7. It's a lot of space that MDR has to find. No arena, no blink, but I mean, blink at 11 minutes. Tier 1 tower fallen bottom. They're paying out XC. They bring in Hara. Nope, never mind. He doesn't TP. Instead, they're going to walk. They're going to use the boat underneath the tier 1 tower. I'm not sure this is wise, but they're going to make the play happen anyway. XC was supported by the freezing field. Sharpshooter going to be enough, more than enough damage. The question mark underneath this tier 1 tower again. Falling super low. Hit with the beautiful root coming out from that frostbite. And it's an over-rotation from SG, considering they lost just as much as they gained, but they're looking to gain a tier 1 tower mid here on top of the kill onto the Dragon Knight. I think they'll be able to do so. I'm not sure Team Bright are going to come in and connect with this, defend this tower. I think they just are going to let it go. And a bit of a weird dynamic when the Dragon Knight doesn't get that tier 1 tower mid first. But hey, yeah, I think he's going to be fine. Getting Orchid. It's going to be up soon in about 1,000 gold, which should come in a couple of minutes. But again, I thought it was a bit of a strange decision to go for Orchid. I think Mage Slayer this game is a lot better. Well, they spot out Hara. Acorn Shot not really going to do much. Spears available. You got hit with the Sharpshooter. But Courier not going to die because the root works. And Mars not willing to take a chance going between those two trees. Take a look at the items. We have Fuel Scepter on the Mars. 3 Javelins on the Radiant. Is that 3 people buying Maelstrom? I think 3 people are buying Maelstrom.
Dominating performance.
And we're seeing Troll go second item Egg and Scepter, dude. I'm telling you. I don't think can Dark Pact be purged? No. Can't be dispelled. Rum buff. Cannot be dispelled. But the tier 1 tower mid can be killed. And it goes down. Team Bright look to take a little bit more objectives. I would assume that they're going to go for maybe the tier 1 tower top next and then think about Roche. As Okoyo just continues to farm and accelerate. He's so far ahead. And the thing too about the Aghanim Scepter is it lowers the cooldown on Whirling Axes by I think 5 seconds. And personal opinion, guys, Whirling Axes is a good spell. Does a lot of damage. 200 magic damage, 140 magic damage, 4 seconds slow, 60% miss chance. Koyo's almost level 12. Top MDR dies. They use the Arena Kisses combo. And that's kind of the problem if you're SG. Like, SG this game, go for pick-off team without team fight. Like, they have team fight, but, you know, there's no Eigen of Scepter finish. So question mark, yeah, he'll get it soon, but... Hara spotted out with that Orchid as well. Right click's coming through, Breathe Fire, burns the squirrel on a roast. SG, I think, ways they can come back from this game, because it is slipping pretty hard out of their control. Take a look at the win probability. It is 85% in favor of Team Bright. You know, ways you can come back. Just group up as 5, make plays happen. There's no BKBs on the side of Bright, so you still have a window where you can maybe perma-stun somebody down to death. Koyo is gonna have an Aghanim Scepter finished up by that time, but again, like, just spoke up as 5, find a pick off on a hero. You know, if they come in and try to engage you, good. Just don't use any of your ults. And I think like, asking for this Clinks in this game is not the most accurate pick. I'm not sure if Lifestealer was banned, but I would have preferred to have seen that. I know you're up against the Troll, so you're like, and Troll does pretty well against it, but I think for the game, the Lifestealer is a lot better. Does incredibly well against the Dragon Knight, does incredibly well against the Mars. And Team Bright are doing what I think SG should be doing, which is smoking up, looking for a pickoff. The smoke is going to break. Do they have a dust? They do have a... Yeah, they do have a dust. They're not going to find M, though. They popped the Sentry Ward down. M breaks that smoke play up. And they do spot out where he is. Blank Dagger on the Mars. This might be an overextension. They get the wards down, and they're going to catch out Kunkka, but it's a 2-man arena, and you get the 2 targets that matter. Both the M and Question Mark getting healed up onto the backline by the Phoenix. They have an egg available if they want to use it. The Torrent Storm coming through, doing quite a bit of damage. A lot of control, and now SG, they get the breakout onto the Dragon Knight, cooking forward, not going to connect with the Torrent. The root onto the Phoenix, so he can't stop the stun, but the Phoenix egg, very nice reaction timing coming out, and now the Mars caught in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna Yule Scepter himself up. MDR with the focus fire, doing quite a bit of damage. They burn down the Mars, and they're gonna continue on. XC, he's caught in a little bit of no man's land. They're continuing on. SG, they want a little bit more TK, cooking forward, and SG back up. Team Bright only lose the Mars. And in exchange, they get the tier 1 tower top. It's not awful for them, but obviously you would have liked to have gotten a kill. But I don't think that the target prioritization was great. I think you want to kill M instead of whoever you were going for in TK. His life is on the line here as the burst damage coming through. Now you brought Okoyo. Okoyo, the big bad carry, has arrived. He's got the root down onto the side of the Phoenix, but again, he's continuing forward. The Torrent Storm available. Wind Run used it after he's perched up. But Troll, again, he's getting kited pretty hard. 3-3-3, gets hit by the Bushwhack, so he's going to fall. But the Hoodwink, he's next up onto the chopping block. Whirling Axe is stopping the scurry away, and XE will get that kill. But again, it's a 2-for-1, and SG are finding whatever angle they can here to make a play happen. MDR, wind running through. They're trying to find Phoenix. They do find him. Stun up onto the bird. Another tier 2. That is going to be put under siege bottom. And SG, all the goodwill they made getting those kills, going to be for nothing as Team Bright look to take this tier 2 tower bottom. M is going to build a Gleipnir, but Okoyo does not care. And Okoyo turning around, maybe... I don't think he could have made a play out onto the Clinks.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But if he had a dust, he could have. I think carries need to carry dust. Blink forward, Hara is dead. Turn around onto Mars with the focus fire, but they get the really nice play, and the kisses coming out onto MDR. Gonna try to walk through, dodge the kisses, but that's a lot of fire. And again, oh, the blink forward with the stun onto the Phoenix. The damage going to be there. Nice Steel Scepter. Spear going to connect onto that back tree. And now the Mars finding himself in a little bit of a predicament. Has the Steel Scepter up if he wants to use it. Torrent not going to connect. Torrent Storm uses well. The Mars dies to the Clinks. And now they make a Torrent play onto the Troll. You have a cookie available. Okoyo gonna go BKB next. They spot the amplified damage room. I mean, M is trying his best, but it's only a 4,000 gold lead in favor of Team Bright. It's not like that difficult of a game for SG to come back from. They do have really good team fighting potential. I think they could actually win a couple team fights here. This game could go the distance. But Roshan falling to Troll Warlord. He's gonna pop the ultimate as well with the amplified damage room. Gonna be more than enough damage to take this one out, and Okoyo with the BKB build up next. Cookie onto the Roshan. Roshan has fallen to the Dire. Now, okay, hear me out. SG have Kunkka. Question mark has been farming, but the impact of this Kunkka, I think, has been mitigated pretty hard. The Torrent Storms have been coming out, but I haven't really been feeling like they've impacted the fights a lot. But they are going to smoke up, and Dragonite ganking a smoke, or tanking a smoke, is not really going to be ideal as the smoke breaks. Another Mars, Steel Scepter up onto the Wind Ranger, pops the arena, and Question Mark has caught himself in the middle of this. With no BKB of himself, with the break coming through onto the Mars, gets the kill. Not really an ideal way to start the fight on the side of Bright. Phoenix. Cookie, there you go. Stops the Icarus dive. Very good, and the Breathe Fire getting the kill. You know, I'm looking at this Bright draft, right? I'm thinking about, they have this advantage. But how do they go high ground? Do they just stand behind Troll? Like, something I haven't considered from SG is the rat potential. You have Clinks, you have Wind Ranger. Why is SG even trying to contest Bright right now? You have Clinks, you have Focus Fire. None of this like blink BKB, like we're gonna team fight you nonsense. Just rat the enemies, make them go bottom or mid or something. Kill all the outer towers, and then just win the game. It just like, whenever the enemy are like pushing up as 5, go behind them. Oh no, Question Mark got hit with the silence. Frostbite's gonna be there underneath the freezing field, more than enough damage coming out from 33. And he cancels the freezing field early. We know what kind of man he is. As tower gonna get forwarded. The creep mid, or the creep wave mid, gonna die here. But again, the bulwark gonna keep the creeps alive, and now they're gonna continue on. They know there's no Kunkka. They know there's no Clinks as well. The tower push coming in from Team Bright. Well, I guess the tower push is DK, is Troll Warlord, and the minus armor. They're pinging out the melee racks. They use the fortification on the side of SG, and now that will be an escape from Bright. As you do lose a tier 2 tower, but I think you'll take a tier 2 and a tier 3 in exchange for that every day of the week.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
They TP in Kunkka. You still have Aegis on Ukoyo. BKB finished up. Turns around on the ramp, wants to go ahead. They have the ward, they're going to spot out Hara. He's fueled up. And they get the kill, but it's a beautiful tackle. And now on the backline, and on top of this egg, this is a kind of a little bit of a weird fight. The stun through the BKB on the Control Warlord. He's trying to do the damage out through on the side of end, but on the backline, the Phoenix, he's dying. Gets it tighter, Koyo. He does have Aegis. It is gonna go down probably. As no, he pops the ultimate instead. Gonna go down, trying to chase down MDR, gets that kill. And now, running forward out onto the Clinks. He silenced up the blink forward from XC. Koyo barely clips the Clinks. And now, BKB gonna try to TP out. He's turning around, doing a lot of the damage. But again, the Aegis of Immortality is available. XC with the blink dagger available in 3 seconds. Getting chased down by Clinks. Clinks wants this kill, blink away. Clinks still wants this kill. I'm not sure if he's gonna get it, but instead, Team Bright, they got themselves. And M on that high ground, really showing us that he can still do a lot of damage, picking off that backline. I mean, TK was dead to rights. Ukoyo getting hunted down by question mark. He doesn't have ultimate. He doesn't have BKB. This is a lot of damage coming up from Ed. Can he get pulled back? Yes, he can, but he's gonna get turned around with the Grave as well. The cookie out of the low ground. They're chasing him down. Tower bomb gonna connect, but no, the blink forward from the bar is gonna be able to save his life. They try to pull him back once again. The burn is there. The control is there. He cannot get ultimate off. And Ukoyo picks up the kill onto the Troll Warlord. It's a huge kill for SG. And now, XC getting caught up by MDR. Focus Fire has been used. You're going to have the Wind Run available in a couple of seconds. Pops forward, chasing down XC. Is there a Shackle Shot available? Well, you still have Focus Fire going for a little bit. Maybe use that stun a little bit too early. Where's the X mark? There's the blink. XC getting chased down by MDR. He can't BKB out of there, or BKB TP out of there. He's just got to use BKB. I'm not sure that was the correct plan. As he continues on, there's going to be a pushback. The ward is placed as well. They come in. There's backup. There's a little bit too much on the side of Team Bright, and now MDR right click forward. The kill is going to be given to XC, and a lot of time bought. I thought XC using BKB there was a little bit irrational, but the rationale was that this whole team was coming behind him, and even I didn't expect that happening. I didn't see them coming at all. I was so focused, I was so tunnel visioned like SG, that I didn't see the play happening in the background.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
PK getting clicked down by M. Nice play with the invis. They're trying to kick clicks up, but again, 33 getting caught out here. They use the boat as well. Graves trying to keep 33 alive. Ukoyo has finished up his Gleipnir. He's going to go for Satanic next. Or what's Phoenix got off the back of that kill? Andamidas Fuel's going to go for Shiva's next. I think Shiva's is correct. Maybe E-Blade actually doesn't do anything. Gleipnir on Hara. I believe there's a Gleipnir on M as well. And which is, I think, a big reason why you're seeing the Satanic on the Troll as well. Just wants another way to go, you know, burst himself to full. And with the Purge as well. You kind of need Purges if you're Troll, like... Actually, going forward. Slows there, you use the BKB on the side of Kunkka, but because it's coming through from downtown. XC hit with the Focus Fire, gonna get stunned up, but not before he pops the BKB, and they'll try to deal it away, but the stun is gonna be there, so you have no egg, and now MDR getting chased down, has the Wind Run, gets stunned up. underneath the 33 freezing field, and again, Okoyo coming forward. There's no wind run available, and now M, he's caught in the middle of 3 heroes. The BKB is popped, and now Okoyo uses his ultimate. It's going to turn around, get the kill on the Clink Sponge before M gets a kill of his own, and it's a clean team wipe. Well, not clean, a little bit dirty. You lose both supports, but a team wipe for Team Bright, and this is going to be 2 lanes of racks, as you have the Dragon Knight going still with the regeneration rune. I don't know why Mars is bottom when you have creeps in the mid lane. Okoyo dealing the damage out onto these racks now with the Dark Dragon form available. You're going to now take the tower bottom while Okoyo takes top, and Mars pushing in the bottom creeps again. I don't know why he's doing that. It doesn't really need to. And again, like, MDR gonna have ultimate available, but there's a fortification used trying to keep the tower alive. Okoyo, he wants his tower, gonna use the self-purge, and he's gonna get, hold on, the turnaround play. He's falling pretty low. He needs a little bit of help here. XC coming through, but the egg gonna connect, and now Wind Ranger protected by the sun. Nice Yules from the Mars. You'll be able to get cookied on out of there. They have the grease as well. Pops the arena, so the Phoenix actually caught here himself will fall. Beautiful arena play coming out from the Mars.
This'll come in handy.
Well, it means I'm taking a drink of my tea because the voice must be preserved. And this tier 3 tower lives bottom. But again, like, SG, they find these fights where they, like, do well. But I think Question Mark is just too far behind at this point. And I don't even think he's behind necessarily. I don't think anybody from SG is behind. I think they're just Team Bright. They are so much farther ahead. I think every hero on the side of Bright have just farmed the map so efficiently while they've made these rotations, while they've made these plays around the map, and even TK himself is gonna start to battle the Wind Ranger for that 6th position spot into the game in terms of net worth. Well, I guess it is the 5th then, but either way, he's getting farmed up. And gonna look for a pick off here. Has Crystallis finished up, going for a phylactery build. I think, I think M this game not playing incredibly well. It's kind of it's not a great Clink game either. I'm not sure what the incentive was for picking this hero, but like, there's too many risks coming out of Invis. You kind of need to wait for the fight to be half over before Bright can really make a play happen. And Bright, they're gonna ping out the Roshan. They want to take out the Rosh. Smoke up, go through the whole enemy jungle. Mars has Refresher Orb finished. Gonna go Windbreaker next. But with the arenas that Mars has had this game, I'm actually surprised that Team Bright haven't gone back for this Mars hero before. I hear that they're very comfortable playing around. He's had some really good arenas. Really good. A couple, like, whip spears, but that's not the end of the world. As Roshan is gonna fall here. And now it's kind of the game plan for Bright to push forward. They're going to go top, they're going to go mid, they're going to go bottom, keep all the waves pushed out. And did they just caught the Clinks, and it's a beautiful spear. You have the refresher as well, you're going to use it for the stun. They get the kill. Some people might have thought that was an overcommitment at the refresher, but I think that's a beautiful play. There's no buyback on the side of M either. They're going to go bottom for Team Bright. Well, no. Okoyo's playing out the top tier 2 tower. They want this one first, but again, with the Aegis finished up, they have the Satanic finished up on Okoyo as well. We might be seeing the GG push coming out here because M played a little bit too close to the sun. as the tower is gonna fall here. You have the gem finished out onto the Mars as well. Torrent gonna whiff the creeps. And now with Goyo, he's walking up onto the high ground, gonna get hit with the fire spirits, but a Mars arena that whiffs, not the kind of start that you want, and Troll Warlord has to be a little bit careful. Gonna get tidal wave back. Not even gonna use the Satanic, he's gonna die here. And the Dragon Knight Illusion's pumping in, doing the damage bottom. So it might look like nothing's happening top lane, but Team Bright, they're gonna try to get the kill out onto Okoyo. Pops the BKB running through onto MDR. They bring in the support and the Dragon Knight, but the Sun coming out here as well. Okoyo, I think he's making the call to get back because this is not looking like that great of a fight. 33 pullback, but no, the turnaround, the flow from the Black Dragon. XC on the Dragon Knight doing so much work. The Rax on the bottom lane, they're still alive. XC has to use his Manta style again to get the kill. He's and start killing the building, but no, I think you need to kill the Rax. They will die. One lane dies. XC now has to get out of there, but MDR with the focus fire out onto the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight still really doesn't care about anything that's going on. He's put for so long. It's a beautiful cookie into the spear on them in the backline. They get two, and M has arrived with the BKB coming forward. The damage out on the XC will finally be enough to get the kill, and now Okoyo has arrived. They get the beautiful glide near out, and he's getting speared by two once again. It's a shield crash of the ages. A God's rebuke, one might say, as again the Rax are going to fall, and Hara on the side has the scurry available, but the boat going to connect out onto Okoyo. The pushing forward, but the right click's more than enough for Okoyo. He wants blood, he wants vengeance, he wants the whole team, and now the buybacks from SG. They know that they need to make a play onto Okoyo. They need to get something out of this. There is no Aegis of Immortality. He's perma-stunned from the Thornstorm. Thornstorm going to catch the backline as well. TK will most surely fall here, but as a beautiful torrent will connect, and it is a team wipe for Team Bright. And all on Team Bright, and all Team Bright get is one lane of Rax. SG did need to buy back, but I think ultimately it goes in the favor of SG by far. 7,000 gold swing. Team Bright trying to make that play to get the Rax. They do so, but that fight lasted so long. Second waves of spells came out, and Team Bright didn't have any mana left in the tank. And now the top tier 3 tower and Rax are really the only thing that SG have to keep themselves alive, but that's honestly good enough. That is and more than good enough. Now, we're going to see Troll. His next item going to be Refresher. He knows that he needs his BKB Satanic. Kind of surprised he's not building like a Scotty or something. I think Scotty would be really effective this game. Gives himself a lot more tankiness. Sanjin Yasha not that great into Torrent, because the Torrent keeps reapplying. Even when you're stunned up. You know, it's gonna sound silly. I don't think he's gonna do it on the Troll, but I think Octarine Core could be a build as well. Octarine Core, instead of one big refresh on your spells, keep spamming your spells. Is turning the cooldown from Whirling Axes to a 3-second cooldown instead of... Oh. That sounded like a Bloodthorn to me. Making your cooldown 3 seconds instead of 4. Very big on the spells. It doesn't really help the blind duration, but I don't think anybody on SG is really being affected by that. And Team Bright, with this 5 versus 4 advantage because Hara fed, I mean, he didn't feed, he died. They'll be forced back, but Team Bright, they don't have any creeps yet. I think XC could maybe make a surprise play out onto a hero like the Phoenix, or M if he's not careful. But again, the creep waves die so fast. 33. Pop, MDR in the tree line looking for a kill. We'll find one.
Killing spree.
very fun and interactive gameplay. As, hold on, the Dragon Knight, they have a Blink spawning him out. They knew where he was. They're going to get the phone as well. He's permanently stunned. That's 2 kills that he just got from Forma stuns on the side of SG. And again, Bright are like, I don't think they're really committing to a game plan right now. I think Team Bright just need to stick to their guns and say, okay, let's make a play somewhere. Let's do something as a team. But getting picked off like this is not going to translate into victories. You're going to see the Mars build up a Nocturne core of himself. Game is still very much in Team Bright's favor, but I don't think it's so much in Team Bright's favor that you know, there's not going to be a play that happens. I think they definitely have an angle, an opportunity available to them. As Team Bright look to not squander their lead away. That would be embarrassing. They had a 99% win probability at one point. So, you know, you kind of want to win. You know, I'm thinking about SG and the way that their team works conceptually. So there's like, in Dota, there's the conceptual idea behind the hero. There's the mechanical idea behind the hero, right? And then there's the mechanical idea behind the team. And the mechanics right now is that the Dragon Knight getting gone on by MDR is more than enough damage to pop the BKB for both sides. I think both sides are like, well, you use BKB, I use BKB, and then they walk away. Maybe XC will get an Assault Cuirass. I think Assault Cuirass is going to be very important. Put the Roshan under siege, Yokoyo with that Bloodthorn doing more than enough damage. The burst on the Roche, the roar of pain comes out. And the A just picked up for Okoyo. This is the 3rd Roche. It's a refresher shard. They're going to give it to TK. They use refresher on Troll. Why? Oh, I think he used it before, actually. When did he use it? But we're seeing the rat strats from SG. I told you, dude. Yeah, Crystal Mated. Gonna die now. With the Nullifier. Blink out. Not gonna do anything. BKB TP out for the Clinks. And I know you're trying, like, you're Crystal Maiden, you don't want the Clinks to rat you guys out, but again, like, your gold advantage isn't growing. The longer the game goes, the more Dota win probability will go to 50%. As for those of you that don't know, the longer the game goes, the equilibrium, the probability of a team winning drops to 50%. I think it's after like minutes 70 or 80, it's always 50% because at that point, the game is literally a coin flip. Either team can win if, you know, you're both 6 slotted with tier 5s. Game isn't designed for tier 5 neutral items, which I think is great. I think it's, you know what, I think Dota, the fact that tier 5 neutrals are like so beyond the normal scope of the traditional game design for the game that like it just makes it doesn't make it more enjoyable, but it like increases the power level of these heroes by so much. I'm kind of surprised there isn't a cooldown reduction tier 5 neutral. I'm sure they've tried it, but they're smoke up. Team Bright are just gonna walk through the base. They know nobody's home. And Ukoyo getting caught out here. It's a beautiful play. And the Mars Arena onto the backline, catching out the Hoodwink. Kara has no way of getting out besides dying here. And the Torrent Storm gonna connect. Is there a refresher? No, but it's a Permastun out onto the Troll Warlord. He will end up dying here. And XC, his job is taking the racks. It's Ukoyo that needs to be careful here. And again, the racks are falling. They're bringing everybody that they can. They use the fortification on the side of the SG. The Glyph has been committed. But again, the silence onto the Phoenix from the dive in. 33 will die. The Shackle has connected onto nobody. But again, XC, pops the BKB, turn around. Onto the racks. They need to get the kill. They really need to get the range racks. They need to get this play. You use the ultimate on the Troll Warlord, and you have refresher as well, but he's Vermistun. He can't do anything. Uses the refresher as well. Gonna continue forward. Uses it the second time. XC gets the kill onto the Phoenix. Dive back for him, but again, Ukoyo coming through. Has all of the life steal in the world. The Root connects with the beautiful stun from the Mars. It's a double kill for Ukoyo. You buy back on M, but it's all falling apart for USG as Team Bright are going to take game 2 of this series. They go into the arena, into the fountain. They get the kill, they get the play, and they get the win. And we're going to go into game 3 between Team Bright and SG off of the back of an amazing performance, I think, from I think everybody on the side of Team Bright really played a part in the game, but overall MVP, in my opinion, has to go to this Mars. I mean, he had so many nasty arenas, completely shut down the Clanks, and like nobody on Spiky Gaming really had the kill potential against the heroes from Team Bright. I mean, Team Bright had everything they needed to win the game, and they did. And it took 46 minutes, took a while, but in the end, it was enough to get the win. And we're going to be going to a game 3, and we're going to see who comes out on top right after this break.
Taking him out, and the Primal Split doing some extra work on the K1, who ends up dying. My goodness. So the Brewmaster ends up falling to the swashes. The coil comes in from Nisha onto 2. The silence is there as well. Rolling Thunder from Divine, not able to find any connection, and K1 just has to rage, try to run away, but the Inkswell does connect onto Nisha, but he's gonna have to run away instead as K1 just taking too much damage. Nisha actually going in for the kill. He gets it. Really get out with his life. Swashbuckle connects. Schofield in the tree line gets nightmared by Insania, and in fact, they might just turn this around on Schofield instead.
See if Oxy is pretty well positioned here. We'll break it.
Yep, Schofield making his way over.
And he will just yield the area.
Yeah, but now Sticky Bomb is actually going to not hit. Fissure going to block out Boxy. Lucent Beam onto Schofield. Who gets the first blood is the question. Got the shield crash onto several. Boxy is going to go down first. And first blood goes to Analog. Very important for Heroic. As Schofield, he's going to make it difficult. In fact, he's going to make it impossible to kill him with that Fairy Fire. Now Insania slowed to a crawl with the Enchant. See if they can actually finish the job. The Fissure is there. Nice block from Schofield. Terrific start.
You can start strategizing around, all right, are we going to target him? Are we going to dodge him in fights? What's our prioritization?
Orchid. Do they have enough damage? So tanky, but eventually Analog does die. And KJ now.
Big damage,
Some good damage. He's actually stuck in the trees. Very awkward for him. Not sure if he has a way out, and K1 and Divide will be able to take out Boxy, although the Hand of God was placed, keeping Boxy alive. Eventually, the Fissure does do the job, though. Nisha, a bit aggressive on the other side of the Fissure now as the Eclipse comes through. A lot of creeps to tank it up, though, as the Primal Split is used as well as Nisha gets destroyed by Schofield. Divide eventually getting run down, though. So lots of trades throughout this fight. As Schofield brought into the air and swiftly brought back down into the tree line he goes. The Enchant Totem, trying to get off the blink, but there's just too many cancellations. And that should be another kill for Liquid. Ends up being a 3 for 3.
I think Heroic might have got an even better fight out of that.
Yeah.
Boxy in trouble.
Boxy being pursued, but has some company with him. K1 gets Lucent beamed. He's silenced up right now as well. The Sticky Bomb applies. They don't have the damage to finish him off. It looks like he's going to be close. Finally, the Aegis is taken. And Nisha getting rolled on as support in the form of Insania as K1 making his way over with the Shikuchi. Look at that impetus damage, a big vacuum from Divide Llama. Nisha's dead. Insania looks to be next. This is a disaster for Liquid. Mickey pops the BKB. Will he be able to get out with his life? Looks like that is not to be. 4 dead. Heroic absolutely destroying Liquid here. Yeah, the last thing they want to do is just sit high ground and wait for the inevitable. It's K1 being shown. They dust him, they pop the Lincolns, and they get the Dragon Tail. Do they have the damage? Big vacuum into an Echo Slam. K1 has lived as a result. Somehow nobody is dead. As they're going to push back the Enchantress, and now Analog comes in with the Rolling Thunder. K1 continue to apply a lot of pressure from afar. Still has the Aegis intact. Nice Fissure with the Rolling Thunder combo. Mickey getting really low. The shield crash into the impetus. KJ gets the kill. Make it 2 as Liquid crumbling. Now they get the Aegis, but that is all. Aegis Cheese, and I believe Aghanim Scepter as well. We'll see who consumes that after this potential fight. Schofield is found in the tree line. 33 with the gem in vision. Now they take out the Earthshaker immediately. Has the buyback though. There's the back wall, but not really hitting too many. But the Luna is who they're targeting. Mickey pops his Eclipse, taking a lot of damage from that impetus. There's the Hand of God keeping him alive. The Blast Off going to connect onto one. Divine Llama in a lot of trouble. Boxy getting extremely low as well. Beautiful Rolling Thunder. The beautiful Fissure as well. They lose one on the side of Liquid as Nisha trying to continue the pressure onto Analog. As K1, finally the Echo Slam comes in onto 2. Schofield and company take out Chen as a result. They take out the Aegis though as K1. It's going to kill off Insania. Mickey getting relatively low. Beautiful vacuum on the other side of the Fissure. They're kind of stuck here now next to this cliff as Mickey trying to heal up on the creeps. He's going to be left to his own devices here pretty soon. The last remaining member of Liquid will not survive. And no buyback to come from him. A great buyback coming out from Schofield.
Okay, wait, we might not get to talk about anything else then. Who's going to die?
Yep, smokes break. KJ, oh man, that was beautiful. But the snowball comes out. Pseudo save, but now they're putting themselves in precarious spot as KJ is the one getting super low. The Nature's Attendant's healing up ever so slowly. Nice blocks from Analog. Gets a nice Resonant Pulse off as well. Nisha wants to finish the kill, but KJ continues to run. Half Bambi. It's Analog now. They're going to turn their sights to him. This will be a much bigger kill, and it looks like another snowball. Potential save, or is it suicide again? Now Analog is on the run. Nobody from Heroic wants to die. Insania looks like Nisha's the first to fall, in fact. Analog ends up trading his life. It's a bloodbath as 2 more supports go down. It's a 2-2 trade.
25 seconds without collapse. Hex there. And the swap here, they're going to try and go aggressively onto BZM. They swap him back under the tier 4s, but steps in with the disruption. Yatoro, able to burn through with the majority of the mana here from Tomato, and Yatoro is considering his next target. He'll look over towards the Morphling, but he gets caught by the bashes of Whisper. He has to split back up, backs off under the tier 4s. Collapse gets caught once again on the front line. Cookie's in, they're taking the Aegis out of Tomato's hands.
Where's BZM? Oh, he gets him.
There's no chance to kill BZM though. Oh, maybe there is Yatoro. Okay, he gets the kill, but he's losing his teammates. Can Yatoro do this? He's going to go over towards Step, but the Glimmer Cape is there.
Tomato's there, though.
And he's going to turn over towards Tomato. They've got the Cookie in on towards the Morph. He's losing his mana. Yatoro able to focus Tomato down here with the illusions. Tomato's getting low.
He's cleansed up. There's a heal coming in.
Can Yatoro make another jump? He's looking for his target. He's going to head over towards Ari. Tomato with the Stolen Spear is there. In fact, it catches him and kills him off. Ari with the outplay.
Ari is playing like a beast.
And there's nothing for Mira to do there. Poshka's watching from the side, maybe looking for a stomp setup. He's not going to get it, though. With the root instead on towards Seb with the brambles. Jump in and a jump out from Lal. It's a little low on the mana. The Supernova comes out. They're not going to try and kill it. They'll let the Spear from Collapse finish off Ari. The arena's down. Now they're ready to go back in for round 2. They look towards Seb. Seb caught in the arena. Tomato turns up. The Infest is there. Gives a bit of a burst heal to Seb to keep Seb fine. And it's ended up being Lal that's dove under the tower for this. He gets punished. Lal's out. Mira will manage to TP away. BZM, he'll get the taunt. He's going in for this one. Beyond the tier 3, but the Yules is there. Mira will be able to dodge the combo. Whisper's still ready to go, though. Jumps in with Tomato. They're diving into the base here. He's on towards Collapse.
It's deep.
They've got to be a little bit careful here, OG. I don't know if they can continue to try and get away with this. They're on the retreat. Lal will try and drag back Tomato. They've got the arrow, but the spin, it's not going to catch him. Tomato looks to turn, but he's still getting torn apart by Yatoro. Yatoro's back in action, and he's cleaning up. OG, they stuck around for too long. They've lost 3 of them. BZM also in trouble. I mean, they stuck around for that dive.
Spirit playing around their vision. They have that one ward they just placed.
Starting to jump out with a Wind Waker. Collapse.
Lotto. Jam is on top of him.
They've got eyes on him. They'll head back for now. They'll turn with the Bramble and the Cursed Ground down onto Whisper. Tomato's got the BKB. He's still getting torn apart, but he's got the Axe. We'll be able to jump inside of Yatoro for now. Yatoro also getting caught by the Fiend's grip from Ari. And that's a good grip. That's a big grip. He's out for 90. Great kill off the Luna. Now they're ready for more. Let's see if they can find Collapse. Whisper jumps up to the high ground. Collapse trying to run away from the Ari. He's got Sleep back up. Be able to put his escape to a stop. Sets up for the X-Mark drag back. They'll get both the carry and the offlane here. 2 kills, both go in the way of Tomato. I mean, you said things have been a bit slow from Aru with the grip.
Finds it.
But when he hits the big ones, he hits the big ones. It gets them the biggest kill they could hope, knocking out Yatoro for over a minute.
Pretty much perfect opportunity they could get there to bring things back for them. Tomato chasing forward with his brand new axe. Top.
He's going to try and stand around and fight. We'll have to zip TP. Didn't have anything to put a stop to that, even though his BKB did come to an end. Poshka, on the other hand, though, he will die as well, was the case for Mira. So after it all, it's going to end up with Spirit losing 4 heroes. OG, they've pretty much done it in terms of rectifying what went wrong earlier.
They must have got the Seb speech, I guess.
I think they did.
Age is still on Whisper, and yeah, they have double hexes at the moment on the side of OG, so have to watch out for these catches. And yes, all 3 BKBs at the ready.
Oh, Collapse. He's been caught by the hexes, as you say, and he's out. Has got buyback available. May needs to use it here, as he's otherwise out of the game for 80 seconds.
Ooh, I don't know if he saw the second one, because he stepped up a little bit far.
You saw it. He's going to consider getting in position. They're going to try and go for BZM. BZM, he's going to get saved for now by the sleep. He's able to put the BKB. He's going to get healed up as well by Tomato. They keep BZM alive. The Supernova's out. Spirit, they've got to head back to the fountain. They're going to head back out of the fight. Collapse will jump in for the spear catch onto Tomato. They get the pushback with the fear. The full-up control with the vortex. Yatoro's in with the damage. It's enough. They're taking Tomato out. Spirit will hold, and they'll chase out for more. The spear push back onto Whisper. A double kill for Yatoro. They get the catch onto BZM. They'll keep the game alive again. It's another hold. It's another triple kill for Yatoro. Tomato, put the
ladies and gentlemen, it's a familiar face here at Game 3 between Team Bright and Spiky Gaming in the lower bracket round 1. This is the team that loses is gone. Gonzo Alonso, bye-bye. We'll be seeing them again. Never for the rest of this season and for the rest of these playoffs. Now, with a lot on the line, you would have to expect that the teams are come in and pull out some of the funky stuff. Game 3 of a series is typically when we're going to see some of the jank, some of the love, and both of these teams are going to play their, I would assume, are going to play their absolute hardest to try to stay alive, and Team Bright stayed alive in that second game off the back of an incredible performance from, I think, the whole team. I think everybody on the team did an excellent job. There were really no standout players for me, but that was just because everybody did so well. And now if you're Spiky Gaming, you have to think about, well, you know what, Game 1 we came back, but Team Bright had a lead in their after the landing stage and into the earlier parts of the game. Game 2, same thing. Team Bright had an advantage in the landing stage in the later parts of the game as well. I think Spiky Gaming, if they want to win this game, it's going to come off of those lanes. They really, really need to figure something out for those lanes. And they've picked up Slaughter, so that's an answer for the lane as well. I mean, he can go up against the Dragon Knight and pump out the damage in the river. He'll probably, maybe not go the Bash. He could go Bash build, but again, like mid Slaughter with the Q. I think even just 1 point in Q, you get similar HP regen to a level 1 Dragon's Blood. So it's like a Slaughter on DK action. And Spiky, they're going to go for the Enchantress. They're going to snag it up themselves. Enchantress we have been seeing as a counter to the Dragon Knight. Again, over and over and over again. You steal the DK illusion. You do pure damage, so you don't care about DK at all.
10 seconds.
And I think overall, this is something, I don't know what team in the group stage really made this a thing. I think it might have been actually TK's Enchantress that popularized in Kobolds Rave the idea that Enchantress is that Dragon Knight counter. But we're seeing the Luna picked up for Team Bright, so, you know, red and blue. Dragon Knight and Sapphire red, Crystal Maiden and Luna blue. We're going to be seeing a purple hero coming out for Team Bright here in the very end of this draft, I would say. That's a joke. I'm actually not sure. Just one moment. Sorry about that.
Radiant's turn to ban. It is Radiant's ban.
Sorry about that.
Turn to ban.
So let's talk a little bit about this Luna pick here, because I think Luna has, I'm not sure this is the best Luna game per se. I know Luna does very well into the Enchantress with the Akanda build. Enchantress, you basically do half of your damage, like half HP. Half of Enchantress's HP as damage with every Q. So Enchantress just keeps dying over and over and over again. You also have the Eclipse, a Pangolier, Slaughter, those heroes that want to be next to you, and you can pump out some of that damage with the Eclipse. So the Glaive's bouncing around as well. I think Team Bright might have thought, well, we have like individual tower push, but maybe we need a little bit more. Not sure that's really the angle I would have gone for, but it's the angle we're getting. As I heard at Budump, never mind. I thought I was getting a co-caster, but instead I'm getting production. Very good. We love production here at Crit Station. So Team Bright, their last pickup here, it's gonna be XC Dragon Knight. Like I think 90 times out of 100. Now, here's you could go for maybe Puck. So the Pango can't really get away from you. You can maybe deal damage with the Slaughter, and with the Aghanim Scepter, you have enough damage to deal with the Enchantress. And the Slaughter is kind of my thought. They're gonna go for Zeus instead. I think that's fine too. It's another blue hero, so you know, 2/3 red, 3 parts blue for Team Bright. And for Spiky Gaming, I think it's Pangolier mid with Slaughter offlane, which means they're looking for a carry right now.
5 seconds.
Thinking about heroes that they like playing as carry. Biggest one that comes to mind is like maybe Morphling. But what are you stealing on Morph? Like, there's nobody really that you want to take unless you just want to go like the Adaptive Strike build. Lifestealer was banned out already, so you can't go that route. Maybe you go Faceless Void with the Phoenix Egg, even though your other two core, like, you don't have much damage into. Okay.
Your hero.
Okay. It's one of those games. It's a meepo game. I get it. It's a meepo game. So, remember what I said, guys, that, like, game 3, you'd come out with, like, the weird strats? The fun stuff would happen? Well, here it is. There's a meepo. Now, meepo dumpsters on Zeus, Luna, Crystal Maiden, Snapfire. It's not even close. We'll probably be seeing the Mega Meepo this game as well. There's no percentage-based damage, but there's percentage-based healing from the Phoenix, which is absurd. I don't actually know how Zeus deals with this Meepo. Like, you don't have static field anymore, so like you don't deal that percentage-based damage to these heroes. And I think, oh, it is. Oh, so it's mid Slardar. I don't know why they would do that. Why would you mid Slardar and offlane Pango? Why not just offlane Pango? I mean, why not offlane Slardar into the Luna and then mid Pango? I guess maybe you're afraid that your Slardar is gonna die over and over again. But we're seeing the Meepo cheese come out. In terms of who I think is gonna win the game, it's kind of hard to say. I'm, you know, trending towards.
Prepare yourselves for the main event.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, the thing is, I love Meepo. And the thing is, M is a lot better from Meepo and Analyzer than I am. Not every Meepo game that we see is like a completely free Meepo game, but not every free, you know. But it looks pretty decent. It looks like a decent game for the Meepo. I would have to say that Meepo probably, the Meepo draft wins. The minus, like the minus armor. Really good. Oh, nice observer ward. That's a beautiful ward spot.
30 seconds and counting.
That's a great ward spot. Oh my goodness. I've never seen this ward spot before. The ward spot in the dire jungle for the Radiant. That's a, because that gives you vision of both camps. It doesn't give you vision of the rune, which is I think why these 3 trees are here, but
The crucible of greatness awaits.
overall it will be a 2-for-2 exchange. Dude, I don't know, man. I am a Meepo believer.
I'm Gabe Newell. You've just achieved first
Koyo
blood.
even gets
Thanks
first
and have
blood.
fun.
I think Team Bright are really have Crystal Maiden like stocks in their brain. I think Crystal Maiden is such an important hero for their team compositions. I'm actually surprised it wasn't banned after that last game. I think Crystal Maiden did a lot to secure the lane for Bright. As they, MDR caught in a little bit of a trouble here. They're gonna get the right clicks through. Ukuyo needs maybe one more right click, won't find it. Not gonna dive a little bit too deep, and Phoenix is completely fine. Mid, the matchup is pretty like whatever. I think neither hero really have an advantage here. I would be surprised if one of these heroes dies over the other, unless there were support rotations coming out. And bottom, M could struggle in the lane because of the Snapfire DK combo. It's like just perma-stun for days with some burst damage, so you know you don't really want to be stuck in here. But again, M is a experienced Meepo player, you're gonna go for the Diffusal Blade. Normally you see like Diffusal Blade, Dragonlance, or Dragonlance, not both. But I think this game, the Diffusal Blade is gonna be coming out, and I remember when Dragonlance actually gave more stats than it does now. Like when it was first released, and then Meepo players just started building it because it was a lot of stats, and you couldn't kill Meepos. Then they changed it. Glad they did. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's weird that Meepo is like, besides Invoker, the only hero that gets ult at a different level that isn't level 6. I know the hero would be unplayable otherwise. Like if Meepo got level 6, or had ult at level 6, you wouldn't be able to play him. He would just be way too slow. But the Enchanter was trying to get the heal up with the slow from the Ghost. But, you know, I'm not a game designer. Dota game designer, I should say. I do design some games here and there, but only card games and stuff. As DK, Snap, still level 2. Level 3 on the Meepo. In terms of CS, the Meepo's doing fine. Meepo should be, you know... Again, a lot of the emphasis is going to be on how well the Meepo's doing, as there's a play on the TK. And top lane, they get the kill out onto the poor Pangolier, and the turnaround Frostbite from 33, more than enough damage. And XC getting caught out here on the bottom area. Do they have a crush from the low ground? Question mark, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, question mark is built different. Question mark is built different. There's evidence, there's proof. And I don't think TK really can, like, die here. I don't know why Meepo is oh, because he's a level 4. My apologies. 33 dice top. I keep missing these kills, guys. I apologize. Now, let's take a look here. So, XC, he's caught out here. There's a Meepo that has arrived mid, and with the proofs coming out onto him as well, he will fall. And with the rotation at level 4, you don't see that every day. And TP will be available onto XC when he comes back alive. Nice Icarus dive away for the Phoenix, but the Frostblast is going to be there as well. MDR now has turned in the swashbuckle away to dodge out the cookie. Blood Grenade comes through. Shield crash into 3 heroes. Maybe get a little bit of shield, but a little bit is all the time that MDR has left.
Playing Dota 2. Double kill.
So killing spree for Ukoyo though. If there is a hero that can deal with the Meepo in the later stages of the game, this is it. With the glaives bouncing, you get the shard as well. You could do some damage to these bad boys. And get some real kill threat on him. At least until he gets Aghanim Scepter. I think Mega Meepo this game gonna be the problem. Just gonna be a problem for Team Bright to deal with. Now, I have to say I love the Mega Meepo. I think it's the one of the funniest Dota abilities. But, you know, fun does not supersede skill. And XC, he's not having a very good game. I mean, he's died a couple of times. His CS is doing fine, but obviously would like a little bit more. And we're seeing Hara rotate over 33. Level 5 has the advantage in terms of experience. And just going to start right-clicking Hara down. Hara pops the Nature's Attendants. They get the kill into XC mid. And, or I mean, onto DK bottom. In exchange for the Hara support. So not a worthwhile trade for Team Bright. Even though they are a little bit ahead, but not by too much. A 7-minute experience runes, 1 for 1, so nobody's got a clear advantage or disadvantage in that regard. As Emma's hit level 6 already, DK not like quarter of the way there, will be there soon. Snapfire trying his best to keep up on levels, and M just hit level 7, so full level ahead of the enemy offlaner. MDR, has he hit level 6 yet? Yes, he has, so he'll be able to contribute to some team fights here soon. He's going to go Diffusal Blade as well. 2 Diffusal Blades. Interesting. As mid lane, XC, there's a support rotation coming through, getting the kill again, and they're tipping him as well. They know how important this hero is, but maybe not as important as them. Getting chased down by Luna. Can't quite get the kill, but really that's just to zone out for this tier 1 tower bottom, which Team Bright will swiftly take. But not before. There's some pressure being put on their tier 1 tower mid, as SG looking to put on the pressure in both middle and the top lanes. TPs will come in for the mid. Don't know if TPs will come in for the top. No, it's going to be a portal instead. Is there a Pavise being built on the side of Team Bright? Because we've been seeing the counter to this Slaughter be Solar Crest. And I don't know if there's anybody that can really build it this game. I mean, TK's going to have it like pretty late. Crystal Maiden will also have it late. Ukoyo dodges a gank of ganks on the top lane. Tier 1 will fall top. For me, the story of the game is going to be tempo for SG. They need to tempo. They need to play for their Meepo advantage. Get those early items, accelerate the Meepo as much as they can, and then eventually make the game happen in their favor. And Ukoyo's found a Meepo bottom. He's taking some pretty aggressive farm, but any farm you can take away from the Meepo are going to be worth it. As Hara has played this Enchantress pretty well, actually, invading the enemy. He's only taken enemy creeps, really, after the landing stage is concluded. They're trying to give level 6 to Phoenix. He hasn't quite hit it yet. Throws the face out onto the Zeus, giving them a little bit of vision, but the pullback, TK, getting hit with the swashbuckle, but it almost kills him. The Diffusal Blade is finished up 33, juking through the trees. Blink Dagger very close to being finished on the Slaughter. Now, I think Blink first on most heroes is like a huge mistake, because the problem is, hear me out, your first 2,000 gold, so half of like 2/3 of your net worth, or 1/3 of your net worth, is going to be spent on this Blink Dagger, some mobility item, right? You gap close, and then what happens after you blink in? You die. You bite the bullet. So when you get your first blink, you have to push that advantage, get the kill, and then and then the blink is justified. But I don't know how many times I've counted on one hand. I've seen like a blink first get purchased, and then the person just dies. It's a little bit of teetering and tottering happening in the jungle area. Hara's playing with his food a little bit. And Phoenix wants to be food himself. Icarus dives forward. He doesn't have an egg, so I don't know why he's doing that. He will die. Another blink forward with the swashbuckle, gonna connect, and unfortunately TK has found himself in a predicament, and the predicament is going to the fountain prematurely. A premature teleportation, one might say, as Zeus. He's going to be the next target, but the Pangolier might have rolled in a little bit too far. Ukoyo has arrived as well. Hara, right click one. Is there going to be a second one? Yes. Nope, there won't be, as XC gets the double kill. SG playing a little bit too much with their food. Not finding the correct angles, the correct targets. They're overextended when they got the kill onto TK. They could have backed up from the high ground, but they chose to go forward. And instead, XE gonna get rolled on with the slow from the dive, but again, double corrosive haze gonna be there. The stun gonna be more than enough damage to connect, but the egg has to be committed. And now your Slaughter gonna die to the kisses, and the egg gonna die to 33. It feels like SG, like, was this the blink reveal? Oh wow, guys, what did I say? What did I say? Slaughter blinks in, gets the kill on XC. What happens? He dies. And now, the Slaughter really doesn't have... Don't think of Slaughter as having 5,800 net worth, okay? Because he has this Blink Dagger. He has 3,800 net worth. Blink gives no stats, no survivability, no nothing. And you're seeing a Slaughter that is so very, like, behind because he doesn't have any stats. He bought the Blink first. He gets punished again. XC... He might have died 4 times in the landing stage, but now we're seeing a transition in the mantle of Destiny here because the Slaughter doesn't have any survivability items for himself. Like, he has treads and a wand, but that's not enough. But the Diffusal Blade finished out on Meepo. Meepo getting that much closer to the coveted Thunder God's Wrath used to get the kill on Meepo. And indeed, I do agree, whenever we see Kobolds, we need to praise them in all of their glory. Reminder, don't look a Kobold in the face. Unless you're a Kobold yourself. And I know some of you in chat are. Some of you in chat are Kobolds, that's for sure. I mean, to be fair, I'm a bit of a Kobold myself, as I do like getting gold, and more importantly, when enemy objectives are taken out, as Bright take that mid tier 1 tower. SG making some plays around the map, but again, mostly just trying to get the critical mass for M. Now, the problem is, for both M and Luna, is you kind of want to play like 1 or 2 items ahead of the enemy carry. Have that advantage, but both Ukoyo and Meepo are these platforming heroes of mid. There's a kill into 33, the rollout as well from MDR. There's no heavenly jump for another 20 seconds, so XP, we'll see if he lives or dies by the jump. Beautiful egg coming through, denying any initiation here, but no, the little Shredder gets the kill. It's a beautiful play to punish the Phoenix for thinking he was safe. And now M again, gonna take in this middle tier 1 tower. He's that much closer to the Aghanim Scepter. Actually, does he have it already? Oh, he does. He does have it finished. So now what the game plan is for this Meepo, he's going to transition himself into taking as much of the enemy map as possible. He has the save tool. There's no, like... The thing about the Mega Meepo is you can save the Meepo that's getting gone on by layering on top of it with the Mega Meepo. And in stark contrast to being able to poof away, like, you can't poof somebody that's stunned, but you can make a Meepo on top of a Meepo that is stunned. Well, it's like the primary Meepo, you know? It does rely on the primary one. How does Meepo work? Oh, bottom lane, there's a freezing field. 33 trying to get damage done onto the Meepos, but he wants nothing to do with it enough to make a Meepo as soon as the Eclipse pops through. But Ukoyo trying to get the damage done onto the guy. Unfortunately, I'm not sure it's going to do anything, as the Diffusal Blade going to connect with the Manta. Going to hit out as well. And M with the Mega Meepo will be able to get away from the Eclipse. Tier 1 tower mid for Team Bright finally going to fall. Let's top lane, you have the rollout from MDR. He's just doing a little bit of poke. But lucking on about, he's gonna roll on out of there. And unfortunately, DK doesn't have any mana left. I think Blink is going to get picked up. No, Aghanim Scepter next on for MDR. Wants to play the AoE damage a little bit. Get the attack speed slows, you know, roll through, cause a lot of damage. I really like Pangolier Slaughter. I think this is a very underrated combo, especially when Slaughter gets Shard eventually. I would assume he's going to buy Shard after the BKB. I just think that Shard on Slaughter is so important. You like, it saves you time from having to apply the Corrosive Haze on the target when you're going in. You can get the burst damage out. They're pinging out this Meepo on the top area. He's gonna get hit. They're trying to get the damage up, but again, the Mega Meepo, the poop away, he's gonna be able to get saved here. The dig coming through, but again, M, he's gonna die here. The killing streak gone. I think M might have missed microed. There's no dig. And yeah, you see Shard immediately on the quick buy. If Meepo had Shard there, he was going to live. But a big kill. Big kill for Team Bright. They kind of proved to themselves that they can get the kill onto the Meepo, but I'm not sure they can get the kill onto the Meepo when there's a whole team behind him, especially the Phoenix. Sunray. Healing for so much. I think some people might wonder why, for healing in general, the values are so much lower than damage. If you're wondering, it's because, like, Cuddle Blast does 500 magic damage, but during the ultimate, it does half that damage in healing. Same thing with the Phoenix. The Phoenix does 6.25% max damage as, or HP as damage, but only heals for a maximum of 2% HP. Because you can't add resistances to health gain, so the damage can be resisted. You can get up to 50%, 60%, 70% magic resistance, which effectively starts turning into that 2% max heal. So instead of adding a weird you know, magic resistance or like heal amplification stat onto the heroes, which, you know, heal amp could be a stat for universal heroes, but, you know, not going to be the case probably in our Dota lifetimes. Team Bright take the bottom tier 2 tower, SG take the top tier 2 tower, they smoke up. Ukoyo is farming a lot more of the map than this Meepo is. I think that death from Meepo really slowed him down by a lot. And he's got 2,000 net worth behind the Luna. And they find the Dragon Knight. He does not have a BKB. He does have the Aghanim Scepter finished up. Gets bursted down here from the smoke play from SG, and the wards from Bright are plentiful in this area, but I think eventually we'll all get dewarded because they're in obvious spots. Thundergod's Wrath committed because question mark is man fighting him, but will die. 33, not going to get hit by the first net. The second net, not going to hit either. That's 2 cores that you've lost on the side of Team Bright, and I think SG are more than content to take up the enemy map and farm. They do have vision on Ukoyo, and you see M looking for this angle. It's going to be carry on carry action. The poofs come in, but with the Eclipse as well, M has to be a little bit careful. I don't know if he has Shard, but he does have the Mega Meepo. Another damage coming through. Not going to be quite enough. Ukoyo will go to half HP and be completely fine. M taking a lot more than he thought. The dig comes out. But now the DK has arrived to blink away. The poof's out as well. The Dragon Tail not going to connect. Instead, going to continue. The projectile is not disjointed. I spot out XC now. There's a nice D-ward smoke play from the DK coming through. He's going to get the Dragon Tail out onto the Pangolier, but he's going to get healed up. Swashbuckle out. Question mark comes in. No BKB available for him. A little bit of a whiff as 33 going to die here, but the egg coming through. Not going to connect. That's 4 dead on the side of SG. It's 5 dead on the side of SG. What the hell happened? Team Bright just completely outplayed everybody on the side of SG. And now it's a team wipe. This might be game. This might be Team Bright just going down mid and taking one lane of racks, maybe a tier 3 tower for sure. I mean, the problem with this Meepo is that you want to be ahead of everybody. He's not ahead. He's actually quite far behind this Luna, who's been just blitzing every creep, spamming Manta off cooldown, shoving in waves. Like, this Luna is not eating the map. She's swallowing the map with both mouths, both of the Luna and of the hero itself. I forget what is the Luna's cat's name again? Nova. Yes, Nova. Yeah. Doing such an excellent job. MDR getting gone on bottom. It does have the roll away. Does he have a blink dagger available? Yes, he does, but he just wants more hit. He's gonna blink out. 33 can't quite catch him with any damage. I don't know what M needs to do to be able to live here. There's a freezing field from 33. For some reason, gonna get a caught by the net, try to TP on out of there, but they get another net, and the right clicks more than enough from M to get that kill. A random Crystal Maiden. They popped the sentry as well, because they know that some fishy stuff was happening. Speaking of fishy, I see a fish myself. XC gonna TP out. And now they play out onto Ukoyo. He does not have the BKB, so he's just going to turn around and fight. But again, the damage from the dig, going to dodge the Eclipse. They have TK on the side, pops out the kisses. MDR doesn't have a roll up or the blink because it gets disconnected. And now TK has to make a play out of there. They blink up onto the high ground. They're going to catch him out with these impetuses. Yeah, that's more than enough damage to get that kill. And now SG going to push in mid. They kind of catch out XC and they come forward. BKB used on question mark immediately, punishing XC for being too far ahead. I said it was GG before, but maybe I was, calling it a little bit too early. The game is never over until the Ancient is dead. My apologies. Is Akuyo gonna go BKB? No, he's still not gonna go BKB. Doesn't think it's necessary. Nobody on the side of Team Bright going BKB. Are you sure that's wise? Is there something I'm missing here? Oh, blink through forward onto 33, but the force staff beautifully placed. The optics of the situation looking a little different. As Bright, they blink forward from the Dragon Knight. Now the rollout onto the DK. He doesn't have the BKB to keep himself alive, and this is what I'm saying, man. You need a little bit of help. You need to give yourself some help. As 33 pops the freezing kill, gonna get canceled immediately. MDR rolling through the whole team of Bright with the turnaround. XC want to get the kill onto Hara. Blink forward from M onto XC. He might have arrived a little bit too much of the shield card forward onto 4 heroes with the turnaround on him. He's mega meepoed up. Can Ukoyo really keep his teammate alive? Can he? No, he can't. And now they turn around. Luna, right-clicking forward. Hara has no HP left, but the shield crack forward onto the backline. Ukoyo trying to get the right-clicks through, but it's a little bit harder. Yes, the Eclipse up, but it's a creep wave there as well. Ukoyo is like dealing so much damage, but he just cannot quite live through everything. I mean, he can't quite deal enough damage. And SG, they lose 4, but they get 3. I mean, they lose 3, but get 4. And Ukoyo, that is how Team Bright need to win this game. That is like the actually can't do anything else on the other heroes. They need BKB on Dragon Knight. I know he's not gonna get it, but he needs a BKB. You need BKB on DK, and honestly, dude, with the way that with what's happening, you need a BKB on the Zeus as well. I know you're gonna go for like some Yasha or Sanjin Kaya build or something, but you just need some way to keep yourself alive from this role. MDR did so much work that last fight. I mean, every core from SG were contributing in it. I mean, in the last fight, Ukoyo was the kingpin of damage, but nobody else on his team was close. And he took a look at SG, everybody was contributing. Question mark has the Eternal Shroud finished up, so that and the BKB survivability will be available for him. I love these item pickups. It's only magic damage on the side of Bright. .33 gets a deep ward. And M, they spot him out. He has a disperser finished up. You know, he is catching back up again. But they have the DK coming in as well. The kisses are going to get used. Do they have a stun? Yes, they do. But they also have the dig out onto the Meepo. He's going to disperse himself on out of there. But again, the slow is more than enough. The TP's coming through. Team Bright, now they're going to disengage. The only support they're going to get is 33 in the backline. But MDR, he's hungry, looking for blood. The rollout, Bukoyo onto the backline. Pops the Eclipse, gonna go in, but the Eclipse is gonna hit a rolling boy. He takes really no damage. The stun out, not gonna connect, and the Dragon Tail hasn't been committed, but XC walking up forward up onto the high ground. The Phoenix gonna get bursted down from basically full to zero. He never really stood a chance, and the GK Illusion gonna hit the tower as well as Ukoyo, as well as XC. They've angled themselves here to get the kill, but the blink forward, the bounce is coming through. That's a double kill. You've lost both supports, and meanwhile, mid M will get a consolation kill onto Crystal Maiden. But XC looking for a little bit more. They want to get the kill onto M. They know that again, Meepo might not be a play, but question mark finding XC. They buy back onto Phoenix. He can't quite jump up onto the high ground. He's found himself in the middle of 5 Meepos, and that is going to be the price that you pay. Question mark. The price that you pay first is a BKB, but that's really just a down payment on your life as you die here. And now the Icarus dive up onto the high ground. Ukoyo is looking for a little bit more alongside the DK. And Team Bright putting the pressure out onto SG. They get the buyback. It's a 3-for-2 engagement. This is, every single fight just looks like it could really go either way. I thought that was going to look a lot better for Team Bright than it did when they threw Koyo in, but just because you're in the ring, and the ring is up against, you know, it's on your side because, you know, you're the son of the Emperor of Rome and you're wearing the best armor in the world, doesn't mean the opponent can't use their outright skill to defeat you. And skills coming out for both teams that fight. 33 did get caught out there. It's a nice play from M to spot that out. .33 trying to get live here. Frostbite is going to be used alongside the freezing field, but the blink forward from one of the Meepos. The Meepo has been targeted with the kisses as well. Disperser, so he won't get slowed down in MDR. Gonna just roll up now. Full roll has been committed, so he can get out of there. They have found a slaughter in the river. Don't think you can really fight him in the water though. And they will finally finish the kill onto 33. They turn around onto XC onto the low ground. They have the corrosive face, so they'll be able to see him. Dive up onto the high ground. They get the 2-man stun. BKB used. I normally never recommend going up high ground with no vision, but the Ogre Seal Totem down onto the low ground. Bright have fallen apart here. SG are playing as 5 and Bright are playing as Luna. Go as somewhere else and do something while we take these engagements. Tier 2 tower top will be taken out as nobody's going to even think about TPing in. The Roshan has been the call for SG. And so the Roshan will be probably slain. I don't think that Bright are going to contest this, even if they could. It's like, when you're fighting without the Luna, you're down 27,000 gold. A lot of experience. 20 Lunar Blessing damage has been achieved for the Luna. I'm not entirely convinced that this is the right talent. Like, it's just 20 damage. Like, I guess because the Zeus and the DK are both right-clicking heroes, you get a Bloodthorn, right? Like, you're amplifying your damage by a lot, but again, like, not a big fan. Okay. That happened. Well, okay, hold on. Question mark. It might have been a bait. Instead, they're going to make a play immediately onto Okoyo. He does not have his BKB. Instead, he has to turn around. No Aegis of the Immortal for him. He's going to get stunned up again. The damage coming through more than enough. Trying to survive, but trying is all you can do. It's the best you have as DK falls as well. Team Bright had their advantage taken away, and XC, he's going to be the next target. They blink forward. MDR trying to get the kill, but the Mega Meepo, he gets thrown forward, and XC, he's going to die. Now the egg onto the back line. It's a haste room for DK. The only consolation prize for him is he goes up onto the high ground. Team Bright falling apart here. Icarus dive will catch him up, but again, he has the haste room, so he won't be caught. Instead, we're seeing SG walk forward. They have the DK illusion of their own from the Enchantress. All the poofs coming forward. And if you've ever seen a tower die fast from a Meepo, we've all been here. Scotty finished on the Meepo. He's going tier. He wants to force buybacks. He wants to force Nukoyo buyback. SG pushing forward. They're going to use the fortification as well. But the blink out on Am. Did he overcommit? No, he's going to turn around onto the DK. The DK does not have a BKB available to himself. 33 now. In the middle of everybody. You're going to use the freezing field. Get stunned up from Q. From MDR, and now the impetus onto the backline, going to be able to finish that off. They force 2 buybacks, and now the call is get out, but M, he's in a lot of trouble. The Phoenix with a beautiful Shiva's Guard play, going to get the kill onto the Dragon Knight. Maybe he's going to have to buy back to us. XC, he is going to be dead as well. No buyback for him. He had to buy back, and now the racks are starting to fall. No creeps available because they're stuck in the mid lane. For some reason, there's a random melee creep, keeping the hopes of Team Bright alive. SG forcing the tier 4s. Forcing overreaction for Bright. They buy back onto the Dragon Knight. They don't have any BKBs on the side of the cores of Bright. There's literally not a BKB in sight. I don't know what you're thinking if you're Bright, but it wasn't a bright idea to go for those items. And now, SG, they're gonna catch out M. This is the kill if they can make it happen. But the healing coming out onto the side, the Mega Meepo gonna be connected to M. Gonna eventually die, but that's just the Aegis of Immortality. Vigorous dive forward for the Shiva's Guard, applying a lot of damage. So now Okoyo got hexed up onto the backline. It's a dieback for him. He's dead for 125 seconds. The 5v3 engagement M. Now underneath the tier 4 towers, looking for a little bit more. He wants to find the angle. The net's not going to connect. It was 2 thrown out, but 2 whiffs. And now DK pumping in the damage. You're slowed up. Cookie forward, but the blink back. It's a stun combo, but no Wombo is going to be able to save you here. I don't think Team Bright making anything they can do happen. But again, and underneath the egg, DK blink forward, but it's a slithering crush, protecting the egg. This is the first egg that's going to land out. It's a 3-man stun. It's a 3-man GG. As Team Bright, they call it, they have ended their playoff series. They were last in the playoffs. They take a team out, and then, as a middle finger to them, get eliminated in the first round of the lower bracket run. I mean, Spiky Gaming coming out to play with the Mega Meepo. I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to win, and the T-Strats come out on top. I thought Team Bright, I mean, all 3 games had an advantage coming out of the landing stage, but they just couldn't hold it together. Their mid-game decisions were falling apart, and eventually the Meepo came in and ended up taking the victory. But that is it. Congratulations to Spiky Gaming. MVP has to go to the Meepo. When you last pick Meepo, you have to cheese it out and win the game, and win the game M did. And now I believe the next series is going to be Team Zero versus IHC Esports. You can catch that in a just, 10 to 15 minute break, but until then, we'll be right back.
Collapsing Yatoro find BZM, and he's out of the fight as soon as it starts.
Oh, this is so awkward. They're trapped in the corner.
I mean, what do they do? Does he buy back? Do they? He is. BZM's going to buy back for this one. There's the jump of the backlist, but Ari's got the Axe Fiend script. He's controlling the storm for now, but
Yatoro.
Lal doesn't really care. He's perfectly able to zip over to the safety of the left side of the fight. Yatoro, though, will go down.
They stuck on him.
Now, the question is if Yatoro wants to buy back. Does he want to try and turn their efforts in this fight, try and get it back their way as Lal's getting run down by Whisper? Lal still with not a lot of mana to play. It looks like Spirit are just going to try and write this fight off. Miposhka will turn with a stop, but the Hex is there in time. OG, they're going to be able to take down the ET as well. See what they can get away with. Tomato in with the Rage, working on the tier 3. Safety of the X-Mark drag back. Will still get caught by a Stomp collapse. He's taking it back over, but he gets caught by the Hex. Lars in with the BKB. Whisper,
Where'd he go?
in an instant. He's gone. He'll buy back. The feed script's there on the Lars, but it's not enough time to lock him down and finish him off. He'll still get caught by the X-Mark, though, and he's
But Tomato.
dead.
Oh my God, the
They get it
damage.
to clean up. 3 dead on Spirit. They have to use the buyback. The silence down onto BZM. They're going to try and take him down twice, though. Still has this Aegis, of course. The spear will get him.
Holy shit, everyone's just dying in an instant.
I mean, can they keep BZM safe on the second round? Tomato and Ari heading up. They'll use the sleep to try and protect BZM from any sort of combo that's thrown down. And if they turn towards collapse, they get over the Hex. The drag back there for the vortex.
Big damage.
They've killed on Whisper. It's a dive back on the Timber Saw. Lal turns over towards BZM. He's in on top of him. BZM trying to run up towards the high grab. Yatoro finds the Lucid Beam to finish
Tomato's
him off.
alone.
It's a double kill. Tomato caught by the Hex. Spirit, they clean it up. And once again, for OG, pushing the high ground has gone horribly, horribly wrong.
They're kryptonite, the high ground.
But Malrine, he wants to play aggressive. Arrow will miss.
Rolling Thunder.
Trying denied regeneration rune.
Still on this Razor with a lot of damage now.